Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Slip Encounter Podcast. It's your boy BINK. We're at the Kenichi Bed Studios. I'm here with my other host, my best friend, my partner, GOLDENBOY. What's up, brother, man?
Not much, chilling. Same old, man. Let's get this shit going because you already know why I'm irritated. So go ahead, do your introduction. Get over it. It's Big Bars. I'm here with my boy Junior.
I already did it. It's your boy.
And we here to talk about,
It's
y'all
your
know,
boy.
you got Jessica McCaskill for coming back. We got Katie Taylor that's coming back. You know,
You can't do me. You can't do me like I do me, though.
Yeah, but I can't get it on point, man. That's why you though.
You know
That's why you.
You know what I mean?
That's why I can't run this show, man.
Kobe can't do Shaq. Shaq can't do Kobe. You know what I mean? But he on point though. It's a lot of boxing on this weekend, so ain't no damn excuses why your asses shouldn't be tapped in. You got fights on the Zone early in the afternoon. You got another fight coming on in the evening. JoJo Diaz is coming back. We got Lomachenko on ESPN Plus. There's a lot of boxing going on, so make sure y'all asses is tuned in this weekend. I know it's college football on too. NBA done came back. Speaking of NBA, the Lakers is doo-doo. You seen the Lakers get smoked?
Bro, they might wind up being 2-9 or something like
Oof,
that, bro. 3-8 or something.
Hey, yo,
starting
Lakers,
this off.
They look crazy right now. Ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of boxing. But my man got some stuff on his chest he wanted to get off. So I'm going to go ahead and slide the mic, pass it to him. Go ahead.
So, you know we did the episode last week, right?
Uh-oh, yeah.
So somebody put in the comments afterwards, they said, hey, Junior, so who you got, Bud or Spence? Because you look like a real Bud fanboy right now. And I was like, you must have watched the other previous episodes where I said, I think Bud got more tricks than him, but at the same time, he could probably use his little bit faster feet than him, but at the same time, he cannot get hit. One too many times, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. It's still weight classes for a reason. But it kills me. It kills me. These podcasts, man. We got love from Ak and Barack for that clip that we posted where, you know, when at the end you said, y'all can't keep on following these podcasts that be saying they posting facts just for clickbait and get the views, but really it's not facts.
Yeah.
And the thing that killed me is that a lot of these, I put that whole post out with the 50 Cent joint when he said that lollipop shit ain't gonna last too much longer. You got a lot, the thing that killed me is you got a lot of these podcasts that ain't never boxed a day in their life, never played football or hockey, nothing that really exert. Half of these who never done nothing but sit in their grandmama basement with their favorite porn star in their magazine and called it a night. That's all they've done.
Hey, yo, you on one today? Talk your shit.
Like, that's the thing. And the thing that killed me is you got the nerve, the gumption, the city. Like, these dudes be screaming out, why are you arguing with another man? Loud yelling about a fighter. Half of these dudes be screaming and hollering. You know what they remind me of? That one hood dude who is a hood dude, but he got that girlfriend who pressed the brag that he a hood dude. Like, yeah, he'll whoop, he'll do this, he'll do that. And they want to scream and holler about it. And and they talk more junk than he do. That's half of these podcasts. Like, you got half of these dudes out here, majority of them, using clickbait. Half of them now will go opposite of the spectrum just to get the likes, just to get the clickbait. So you see a lot of stuff going, even with the Wilder thing, to me, you talked about that, to now the Bud situation. Like, why are we still talking about Bud and Spence? They're not fighting each other. It's over with. Why are we still using that as a topic? Why? It's over with. But yet, Bama's want to keep. You just mentioned all of these top names fighting this weekend. None, I haven't seen it nowhere. Have you? Nowhere.
I had to go look for it though. I had to go search and look for these fights this weekend. It's not. They still talking about Tyson Fury and everything. He ain't fighting this weekend. What you fuck about? And your boy fighting this weekend, dancing and shit in the studio. Like, I don't care about that. Lomachenko's returning. He got a lot of food on his plate. He need to eat to get back to where he need to be. Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Katie Taylor returned to the ring after that beautiful performance with Amanda Serrano. Let's talk about that. The return of Katie Taylor. Come on, yo. I'm about to get tight with you, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Man, they be sitting there screaming, hollering about fight. Like, half of these dudes out here use the clickbait, yelling, screaming, holler, when really none of them know nothing about the fight game, really. They don't really know. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show, because I don't really care too much about doing these trending bullshit topics about, oh, is this person fight? I don't care about that. I don't. I really don't. Like, I really like to talk about this stuff that really go down in the fight game. And because, like, one thing I'll be damn sure if I don't do, I actually bled in there. I've been in with top guys and earned their respect. I'll be damned if I let some little fat boy who don't even know nothing about cutting weight, the pain that you go through for that, or 8 week, never been a part of an 8-week camp, or been a vocal point of an 8-week camp, sit there and come out sideways to me at all. I'll be damned. And yet still, you want to sit there and use anything to continue. They know who they are, but like I said before, they know exactly who they are. And they probably getting upset now, and they gonna say your name. No, because I want you to make your money. Go ahead and make your money, because I'm never gonna be that much. Like I said about fighters that I grew up in the gym with who I don't like, but they know what that 3 minutes feel like. I want to see them make their money regardless. But at the same time, how is it you gonna sit there, you screaming and holler with another man, you sitting there saying the most dumbest bullshit. You sound like, you look like one of these are your favorite fighters, half of these dudes is dick pullers for these fighters. Half of these dudes is dick pullers for these fighters. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Yeah, a lot of them, it's their flavor of the year for whoever fighter they in love with. They look like a groupie. They look like one of Beyonce or Nicki Minaj's fangirls.
Hey, yo.
Like, you sit down when you pee. You don't never see fighters sit there and go back and forth like that. Never. In the gym, when I grew up in the gym with guys, I ain't never seen it get that deep. It's always certain guys, certain podcasts that do that. Mm-hmm. And they get all of this love and stuff. And the people, and then they'll sit there and use whatever negativity and flip it down on nothing about what they talking about. But they the ones who you could tell who grandma gave everything to, because they can't take you saying anything other than what they're saying.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you the one that's in the wrong. But yet, they use that to get the clickbait. That just blows me. It just to my, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But like I said, that lollipop shit is going to end real soon. Like, y'all motherfuckers better tighten up on y'all shit. That's all I got to say. Because none of them, it's been reporters. Say your line, you love me, always to say. Quiet as it's kept. It's reporters I done saved from getting their ass whooped out here. You know who you are. Y'all all know who y'all are. Who I done saved y'all from different fighters, from y'all getting hurt. So let's not fake here about, don't you get in your feelings or whatever you want. We already know you're not built that way. You're not going to do anything. So stay in your lane. But just say thank you. I tip my hat to you. Keep it moving. But I'm just saying, tighten up your shit, yo, because half the time, like, y'all don't really care about this sport. Y'all don't. Y'all say you do. You act like you do. But you don't. You don't care nothing about this fight game. Y'all just want to sit there and make the money, because y'all sit there and find any little thing to nitpick, and yet and still, like, now they going at Andre Ward, saying that Andre Ward with ESPN, when we done seen Andre Ward look at Tim Bradley sideways and disagree. Oh, for sure. Be like, yo, nah. Now, if it's Tim Bradley, like, yeah, they got a point. But you talking about Andre Ward saying, I get everything, but at the same time, Spence got to give up something. That's all he said in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. And that's an issue. Bruh. I swear, it's like, I don't understand it. Matter of fact, my grandmother always said, God rest her soul. Silk, if you don't understand it, it's not in you.
She was rapping. That's real.
She will always say it to me, Silk, why are you complaining about? Why you say something?
Jennifer Parks. What's up, fellas? What's up, Jennifer?
What's up, Miss J?
Happy Friday.
He's like, yo, if you don't understand it, Silk, it's not in you. So just take the blessing and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this, something that I know, like, I done seen friends get hurt badly, killed in this sport, maimed for life in this sport. All of these, I done seen it all, from the good to the bad, from the glitz to the rubble in the backstage, like all the, like, the bad to the worst, anything from the dudes in the suits taken away from the guys in the ring. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. And every time I think I done seen it all, something new happens at least once a year where I be like, I did not see that coming. And I learned something about the sport, which is nuts. Even my father as well. But it's like, y'all Bama's got the most to say when half the time, like these dudes are screaming and hollering, bucking up on these shows. Some they be on different people be on Instagram trying to make their point, and they gotta be this and they gotta be that, and if you don't like it, then something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, half of them know that what they're doing. Half of them are oblivious, but the other half know exactly what they're doing, but they're using it to cash off.
Right.
And it's like, you don't know nothing about this sport, but yet you sitting there making off of what you know nothing about. You just want to dick ride as much as you can to get the way you want to go.
It's the world we live in, man.
The real ones is dying, and the fake ones continue to prosper.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucked up part is something as pure as this sport, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yet these same dudes claim it. Man, I love this sport. Fuck out of here. Please. Can't even tell me more than one gym they've been to. Like, I remember when this man started off. He came from Hagerstown, hooked up with somebody. This is before I met him.
Hit every gym.
Hit every gym he could find just to introduce himself, see what, all right, this is who, this is who, this is who, this is who. All right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. And everybody thought he was a fighter looking for sparring. Because the way he walked in, like, he walked like a fighter, act like a fighter. It was like, you did something. He said, I'll play football at high level. Like, oh, wait. Oh, okay, it makes sense now. But went to every gym. But and have these fighters, if I go, like, have these fighters, they don't even know. Like, they don't know nothing about the amateur program. They don't know nothing about these guys that's coming up. Like, you basically dick pulling so many. It's worse than that. They already got enough females and groupies doing it. They already got enough hang-ons doing it. But yeah, you doing it on top of it. And it's like, I don't get it, but I don't get it. It ain't for me to get. But have these dudes, they don't even know nothing about what it takes to do this sport or the real respect to give to this sport, but they got the most shit to say.
Yeah, that shit blow me, because this is probably the wrong sport where you want to come in here and disrespect folks or talk crazy about folks, because these fighters is like organized, trained killers for real. Like, they hands is licensed weapons, so to come in this joint and talk crazy and not show the utmost respect for these people and at least keep it real. If you're going to say something that may go against how somebody else feels, at least be real with it. Don't be out here pushing no nonsense. Like, that's why I got into this, even started the podcast. I never wanted to disrespect the fighters. I always wanted to uplift the fighters, the trainers, the coaches, and uplift the sport and get the casuals to understand what real boxing is about. That's why I took the time, a day off of work, to go hit all the gyms, go see the youngins in the gym, little 6 years old with the big ass 12-ounce gloves on that come to their elbows. Like, I wanted to see that and dive into the culture to really have an appreciation for it. And then I said, boom, we're going to do this podcast and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what's real in boxing, how they really getting out the mud. Some of these folks is living out the boxing gyms. Yep. Like, they live at the boxing gym. But y'all don't see that. Y'all see the Floyd Mayweather effect. Y'all see the money and the Rolls Royces and the private jets and the jewelry. Like, y'all see that, you know. But boxing is way more than what you see at the world championship level. Like, where we at and the guys that we know that's really getting out of these gyms, that's the heart of boxing. That's what boxing really is and what it's really about. So that's what we're here for, is to get to push that and talk about that. Not this nonsense, man. Not the nonsense. But we're going to touch on the nonsense, but we're not going to focus on it because there's bigger and better things to talk about out there. That's healthy for the sport. Healthy media for the sport. But, yeah, I'm good on that topic, bro. Good, bro. Because you almost got me excited, bro.
I'm just right, though. You're right. Juice and keep it moving, man.
Yeah, so we got Christopher Daly talking about, shout out from Bergen, Norway. All the way from Norway, my man. Thank you for tuning into the chat. We got Pam Harrison. Would this be a duck for Bud? Is Bud ducking Spence?
Is it they asking us right now? Mm-hmm. This is my thing. I don't think he's ducking him, and I don't think Spence is ducking Bud. I really don't. Mm-hmm. That's been going on since the dawn of time in boxing. Like, nah, let's get this, move this, move this. And I knew what Spence was doing before it happened. Like, he gonna try to get as many belts ahead of time before, at least get 2, and then let Bud get 2, or he gonna get 3 and Bud have 1, because we already know WBO 1, top rank belt. That's the top rank belt. But I already had a feeling this is what Spence is gonna do to have that. Make sure he keeps that upper hand at the table,
Right.
which is fine. But my thing is, it's just other hands in it that messed that up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you got the same bums out here that's saying, oh, well, you know, if I was Bud, I'd be ducking them too. And they showing the eye stuff, different eye sockets, you know, broke or whatever, all this other stupid stuff. And I'm like, that's the type of shit I'll be looking like, they just need that clickbait.
Yeah.
But I don't think neither one of these guys are scared of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But David is just, I won't say he's a duck because he can fight. I mean, I've seen him fight for a long, long time. He can fight. You know, Bud's gonna be fine just to keep him sharp, but he's not a duck. Because if he was a duck, I mean, he's gonna get stopped in like 3-4 rounds. And if that happens, hey, then you know, maybe it's time for him to call. But he is struggling to make 47 again. But ever since I've ever seen David fight, he's never been a duck.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen him not look good, look horrible. He always been a decent fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't want to call him a duck or nothing.
Yeah,
But I don't think he's scared. I don't think neither one of them scared of each other.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Bud is ducking. I think Spence may be overpricing himself out a little bit. He may be doing a little bit too much.
Who?
Spence.
Oh, Spence.
I think he may be doing a little bit too much on his side, like pricing himself out. But at the same time, I don't think it's a duck. I think Crawford tired of waiting. He tired of jumping through hoops and bending backwards and doing cartwheels just to get the fight. So he got to stay active. So if this was his plan B, just to stay active, I mean, I'm not really mad at him for it. But I don't really want to spend too much time harping on Spence and Crawford because it's going to be a long time till that fight happens. And if it does happen, it's going to be at 154. I don't think it's happening at 147. So
yeah, I mean, let's be real here. These dudes, it's going to be a lot of step aside money being pushed around.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be the thing of, so now what are people going to say? Because now these same dudes who riding Spence's jock right now, dick pulling him, going to be the same ones saying one or two things. Either, because now Boots done put in his request to, you know, push his mandatory status to fight Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Or fight, I'm not sure if it was Spence or Bud. I can't fully remember.
It's Spence.
So it's like, okay, if Bud don't, so if Spence doesn't take the fight with Boots, are y'all gonna say he ducking Boots? Are you gonna say
you damn right?
Like, are you gonna then
right.
you know they're gonna say, well, he ain't fought nobody and all this other stuff. See, that's the type of bull. And the thing is though, me and this man have had conversations about boxing. In this tone, we've never raised our voice over no other man on this damn shit. Like, it's always been this same tone, and me and would joke back and forth like, yeah, you got that one, man. Yeah, I see what you said. Or he'll say, all right, you got that one, Junior. I say you right or whatever. But it'll be agree to disagree, or it'll be, oh yeah, I see what you're saying, Bang. I ain't think of that part. Like all those different things. It ain't never been 100%. You have to think this way of what I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, it's opinion and speculation. We don't know what is actually going on behind them closed doors. We don't know.
They swear they do though. They swear they do though.
Bro. Craziness. Real quick, El Paso Route 1 Alexandria. Shout out to Hagerstown Boxing
Shout
Gym.
out.
Coach Wynn and Chris Glenn. RP to Coach Johnny Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kenichi Bear in the chat, HYBERNATION. Make sure y'all check out these HYBERNATION 5 headphones. Go to the website.
Y'all saw Virgil had them Virgil Ortiz had them joints on.
Yes, sir. HYBERNATION 5, them joints is official. We got Natalie Berry in the chat. Who knows what fights come on this weekend? So Lomachenko makes his return this weekend on ESPN Plus. Katie Taylor's fighting on DAZN. She's making her return back to boxing. Jojo Diaz has a fight coming on DAZN in the evening on time. He's fighting in LA, I think.
So. Jessica McCaskill.
Right, Jessica McCaskill's fighting this weekend. There's a lot of boxing, a lot of fights coming on this weekend. So whether you're on ESPN or DAZN, whatever you want, it's going to be some boxing on. And that's this weekend. Who else we got in the chat? We got Nia Jackson, Slipping Counter is back. We back like we never left, and we ain't going nowhere. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, tapping in, subscribing to the channel, and showing love and support, man. Y'all the greatest.
Now you got I remember, I think I just saw Usyk and Fury, and then something about either Usyk didn't take it or Tyson Fury didn't
want the fight. He denied it.
And he's gonna fight Chisora for the third time. Okay.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna sell over there, but in my opinion, I don't get it. I personally don't get it.
Don't make no
And
sense.
you know what? The bigger conversation I want to have is Big Country and Andy.
Yeah.
That's the conversation that we need to be having.
Right.
Cause somebody gonna get hurt.
Indeed.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You got a fast hand, short dude who knows how to get inside, forced to get inside all the time, who's dealt with more craftier guys that made him have to get inside from the amateurs to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
To now he's fighting someone who isn't as crafty, but he still has to stay cautious enough.
You got that diminisher in that right hand.
And sometimes Andy slips too far and dips. And that puts his head right on line
for that
arc. And not only are you getting leverage and punched, you're getting punched down on.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're getting punched down on, that could really, I've heard fighters tell me that, they could feel those ligaments. You've heard Nigel Benn when he fought Gerald McClellan. He talked about how his neck, he felt those ligaments pull and things like that, and that could make fighters punchy later in their career. Mm-hmm. With a lot of people, all of a sudden, I don't hear coaches talking about. It's weird. That's another thing I noticed. I don't hear people talking about punchy no more. Like, I don't hear these kids sparring like hell all the time, and then they got these coaches who be sparring them. Mm-hmm. You not in there. You not. And sometimes it's coaches who never boxed before, so they just like, yeah, push him.
Right.
And they not in there. And they pushing this kid. Like, you ain't taking them hits.
Right.
This kid is tired. Then on top of that, your brain not done it. When I was in med school, I found out, man, your brain not. And this kid does. Because I thought about all the boxing I did. Like, God, my brain just finished being developed. Like, age is sometimes 26, 27. That we know of, that your brain kind of finishes development.
Right.
You're taking these hits. Mm-hmm. And then parents be like, why is he slipping up in school? Why is he having trouble?
I hope my dad listens to this.
Like, why he slipping up in school? Why he not finishing this work? Man, this man was taking headshots.
Telling you, boy.
This man was taking headshots, man. But, I mean, I don't get it. And you don't hear these coaches. Like, back in the day, punchy was talked about, but you talked about it and you ended the conversation because some fighters will get very offended by that. Like, like I done seen fighters. You mentioned, like, man, you slip, you get punched. Hey, man, hey, nah, no, I'm not. Like, a fight about to break. Like, hey, man, nah, don't say it about me. Mm-hmm. Like, like that. But those conversations were slightly had at that time. Now you don't even hear. They don't teach their kids about, this can happen, right? That this is what, nah, they just keep throwing them in there, sparring. And I done grew up in the gyms where I was like, I was 19 and it was dudes punchy. Yeah. It was dudes younger than me, punchy. And I'm like, yo, I'm 19 and he 14. How the hell is he? Yeah, dudes be slipping, but, and they need that rest. But, and with those ligaments in that neck, and you got to think Andy pulling, and if he pulls too far, overshoots and dips his body too far, and that right hand accidentally lands with that much ferocity and snap, to top to occipital lobe, temporal lobe, all these different, all from the back of the ear up. That's a lot of damage.
And Deontay just showed us last week or 2 weeks ago that he ain't got to fully extend on a punch to put you on the canvas in a devastating way. He ain't even extend on that punch. That was really
was going backwards.
And was going backwards with a very short right hand and put that boy lights out. So, I mean, I like this fight with Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. I just don't like the end of the fight. I don't like the outcome. I mean, they're both fighting for the mandatory position to get at Tyson Fury. I don't want to see Deontay and Fury ever again.
Yeah, ever again.
Ever. We've seen enough. So, do I like this fight? Yes. But what comes after that fight? Because if Deontay wins, like, we don't need to see a fourth. Was it fourth or fifth fight?
Fourth.
A fourth. We don't need to see a fourth fight. I would like to see Ruiz and Fury.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
But even then, that's kind of that's a mismatch. Like, I'm talking about height.
Height to size. Size not as much, but height, hell yeah.
The height, that's what I'm talking about. This level. How does Andy?
But he can wiggle with
right.
Of course, Andy's not here with the wiggle, but his wiggle is why coming in.
He's coming in with it.
Being able. Okay, the biggest thing is if I'm Tyson and BINK is Andy, if I'm Tyson, he's doing this and rolling or using the leverage of the ropes to get himself, and he's doing what he usually do and rolling, wiggling. Now, if I'm Andy, his whole thing is, where can I get in that wide? Because he got a wide enough space to do it. But it's the window and where can he go? Because now each move, you have to think 2-3 moves ahead, because if once he wiggles, he might get, finally see that opening to go here, and he slides, but next thing you know, as he wiggles and goes, Tyson gives him that jab step, boom, and now he's gone back this way. Mm-hmm. That's the game that they're going to be playing back and forth. Then if it's Tyson, you're with Andy, you got to be thinking, when is Andy hopping in? Because you know Andy, his whole thing is, it's kind of like Trinidad. Remember Trinidad would bounce and then he'll bring his front foot up and go tap-toe back to stance. Tap-toe back to stance. Then bounce from here. Mm-hmm. But once he tap-toe again, he's making that launch. Right. Then it's like, okay, when is he coming? Stop. Like, when is he coming? Like, when is he coming? Okay, when is he coming? When is he coming? When is he coming? All right. No. And I can see Tyson, his game plan being, as soon as he moves, I'm going to put my hand out on purpose. Until the referee tells me don't do it, I'm putting my hand out in his face and stiff arm. And I'm gonna really lace him. I'm gonna either lace him or I'm gonna sit there and short jab him and keep him. Nah, stay out there, shorty. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the game them two gonna be playing. It's gonna be basically a V of what Andy's gonna do here, or here to get a boom, boom, or boom, boom. It come here, and that would be very. I would love to see Andy with Coach Mustafa, like who got Mack Truck. Can you imagine?
I think they just split up. Mack Truck and Coach Mustafa not together no more. I'm losing my voice, y'all. Excuse me. But Mack Truck just posted on his Instagram this week. He got nothing but love for Coach Mustafa. It was just time to move on. There's no disrespect. Like, cause I guess people chirping like, oh, he leaving because this and this. But he just wanted to let everybody know, like, it's nothing but love and respect for Mustafa and in the gym. But I need to make a change. He blown like shit. But no, big shout out to Mack Truck and big shout out to Coach Mustafa down at Grindhouse and ATL, man.
Yo, you lying right now.
I'm dead serious.
That makes me nervous. Was that why Coach Mustafa, like for the past month, every now and again, he would post something about trainers, about the trainer and the fighter. Mm-hmm. You know, you seen some of them posts he would put? Yeah, and I was like,
but that's the game, though. I mean, that's switch trainers. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but
I don't think he should leave. I don't think that loss was warranted for him to leave, but that makes you wonder, is it something worse or something bigger? Hopefully it's not, you know, because I done seen, you know, I done been a part of them situations a couple times.
You know what I'm saying?
And they say it's all amicable, but the people on the inside know that that's a motherfucking lie. Man, can you imagine Andy Ruiz with that hand speed and Coach Mustafa teaches him some of that shit? Oh my God.
I like what who was it that cut Tyson Fury? Was it Otto Wallen?
Yes.
Cut him really bad and had him against the ropes the whole fight and make Tyson fight off his back foot. If Ruiz could channel some of that and land them overhand rights to the body, overhand right, body overhands, and maybe put Tyson Fury in a position where he's uncomfortable and has to think instead of getting into his rhythm when he's bouncing in, like you saying, sticking him out here and controlling you here. If he can make him uncomfortable, Andy got a shot. I would like to see Andy win that fight against the Bronze Bomber, because I really, and for Deontay's sake, he don't need no more Tyson Fury.
No, he don't.
For his mental, for his physical, he's taking too many punishment in those 3 fights. Mm-hmm. Don't need no more, man. We don't need that no more. For real, boxing, y'all gave us enough. We appreciate y'all for what y'all gave us in them 3 fights. We don't need no more from y'all. We really do appreciate y'all.
Cause I'm gonna keep it all the way tall for y'all. See, this is where. Oh snap! Hey, I'm about to text Kenichi. So this thing that people don't understand about this sport is the damage that Big Country took in that fight. What sweet is this, bro? There we go. So like the thing about this sport, man, this sport is so unforgiving. Like I remember, I think I posted. When I had posted that thing last night with Kyrie Irving, the basketball, boxing is like and Lennox Lewis said this, boxing is like a jealous girlfriend. That's how this game is. If you can't give nothing else too much attention, she gets jealous.
Right.
And if you cheat this game, you gonna know about it later on. It's gonna make you feel it in a bad way later on.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay a price. There's some damage that's gonna come. But if you give this sport your all, you'll get something back from it. And that's in anything. But there are times where some things is just unnecessary. The damage can be unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
And you got guys, the damage that he took in that second fight, cheating or not, if it's cheating, it's worse. It's so bad. He took a lot of shots, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then that third fight, he was all heart and balls, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all heart to the end.
Mm-hmm.
He went out hard.
That's how he wanted to go out, though. That's exactly how he wanted to go out.
And I couldn't do nothing but stand up and give him a round of applause.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you fight fights like that, it can ruin you. I mean, not just ruin you. Oh, he's not the same fight. I mean, ruin your life to where you're not the same. You're not the same no more.
Mm-hmm.
And with that punishment that he took, thank God he took the time off that he took after the second fight and after the third fight, because that could have been permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't get that. See, this is the part. See, this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You got all these other pages. They don't talk about that part because they don't know nothing about that part. They ain't sat there and been in them sparring wars and had a smile on their faces saying, you want this? Yeah, I want this bad enough. Or sit there, this man over here, with his shoulders and you know, had what, 3 separated shoulders?
Yeah.
And I'm still stepping, he's stepping back out there saying, nah, coach, I can lock him up. Don't worry about it. They ain't never put their life on, they put their body on the line like that before. And when you have a guy like Deontay Wilder, who I've always said beforehand, man, is a good champion, a great champion, how he carries himself, how he done his way. You know, you can't do nothing but tip your hat to him. You worry about those type of shots, man, because he's like, oh my God, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep going. Because even when he got caught the last time, he was badly out, like he timbered down, but he was still, as Woozy was, trying to get up.
Yeah.
He's trying to get up.
The warrior, yo, like,
it's
a
like,
damn gladiator.
Stop this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this. It's all, like, call it. He has nothing to be ashamed of here.
Mm-hmm.
But that damage, it's like, if I'm, it's like, all right, we made all the money we need to make off that. Let's move on. Because it's just some guys you can't beat. It's as bad as it is. You supposed to have this mind frame, man, I got to get him again. I got to get him again. You had that mind frame. But it's Shane Mosley with Vernon Forrest and Winky Wright. It's just, he can't beat tall fighters.
Mm-hmm.
He's just some guys you can't beat. It's just what it is. It's some dudes that just got your number. And you got, and some fighters, they don't admit it till like they retired. Like, yeah, that mud, when they don't have to have that mask up anymore. Yeah. And they feel like, man, yeah, that Bama got me. Mm-hmm. That Bama got me. But, you know, we did. And then that fighter seized them at a bank when they be like, man, I had to be on my game for you, boy. Yeah. You know, but it's just some guys you can't lick.
Mm-hmm. I think later on down the road, years after they both retired.
No, it's too much.
No. I ain't saying that. I'm saying I think they can, you know, sit across from each other and say, you know what, we did that. We did that. I think they will. I
thought that too.
I think they
will. But
will.
it's so much, and you know, some of the little small ties I have, you know, a little bit, but it's no reconciliation from what I've been told. It ain't happening. Not even 10 years. They was like, man, it could be 10, 20, whatever.
That's what they're saying now.
Tyson Fury's cool with it.
That's what they're saying now.
Tyson Fury wants that.
Right.
From what I've been told, Tyson Fury wants that. Because he tried it the third fight when he walked over to him. He tried to have a conversation with him beforehand.
He said, ain't no respect.
And then
he
walked over.
You.
Yep, afterwards, after the fight, into the corner. And he tried to talk to him before the fight. Wasn't having it. Wasn't having it. And from what I've been told, it's on site till they dead.
I could have sworn in his post-fight conference, he said something about Fury, that he had respect for Fury after he fought Helenius.
I'd love to see that clip. I don't think I've seen that clip.
Seen that?
Nah.
His whole Deontay, his whole mentality has changed. He's not, well, he's still vicious. He got that raw to him, but the way he spoke after he fought Helenius, when he broke down, started crying and everything, he was really advocating for fighters. And I feel like he said something, got to go back, I don't want to misquote, but I'm pretty sure he referenced the fight with Tyson Fury. and how he had nothing but respect for him and what they did for that third fight, second fight, whatever.
Hell yeah, man.
But I think later on down the road, because there's no need to hold on to beef for that long. If you're a real man and you really believe what you talk and put out into the universe, there's no need to hang on to that. Down the road, they should be able to sit down, shake each other's hand, and be like, "Yo,
But
that was crazy."
what about if you feel like the guy cheated and did this and did this and did this? It's hard to let that go.
Nah, for sure. But let's come back to that. Let's go to a quick commercial break and then we'll come right back.
Oh nah, we ain't doing.
We're not doing commercial break?
Oh, we ain't doing nothing.
Oh, well then bet. So then hold on. So look. So our guest is here right now. Young guy, very talented. I mean, a beast, explosive.
Hillcrest bloodline.
Hillcrest. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Francois Scarboro.
Yes, sir.
Yo, boy. What's up?
Hillcrest bloodline, baby.
Yeah, y'all look kind of tall online. I got y'all some shirts and stuff.
Oh, man, appreciate you, man.
It's Scarboro Nation shirt.
Oh,
I don't know who or what. Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, my man, appreciate
I'm
you.
not that good at folding and all
Now
that.
you good, man. Yeah. That's tough. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear
Man, go ahead.
Yeah, I hope I ain't get the wrong size for
Oh,
y'all.
it's all good. What size you wear medium?
I'm
right?
smaller.
Yeah.
I'm smaller.
That's cool. Yeah, it's definitely my size.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah,
you,
man.
For real.
No problem.
My
no problem.
man. Oh, yo, man. I appreciate this, yo.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
Hell yeah. Gonna lay this right
Hold
here.
this up.
I'm all hooked away.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a big head.
They should have jumped on the
So,
side.
yeah, all right, I see what's going on.
Uh-huh.
All right. We good to go.
Good. Yeah. I just wait for my man right here to get set up. He over here knocking stuff down on the table.
Hey.
I mean, sheesh. Chris Glenn in the chat, my boys. What's up, Chris? What's up, Chris?
Well, blue.
Yeah, I seen the picture with John Jay. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I'm about like 6'1.5". He a
You
little
about
tall.
eye level with me.
Yeah, but I ain't that tall no more. I think I shrunk.
Oh, my
I think I
Lord.
shrunk. But yeah, look, man, we got our guests in the building here, Slipping Kind of Podcast. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's nice to
sir.
meet John in person.
For sure.
Oh, dang, that's my bad.
It's all good, man. It's
Yeah,
all
he
good.
did. Y'all saw that, right? He did. I ain't had nothing to do with that, right? All right?
Yeah, I've been seeing y'all taking over online.
We trying,
Cool,
man.
I'm trying.
to.
I was
trying.
happy that I got to come on the show.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie to
shoot.
y'all. I felt honored.
No, it's an honor to have you on here, man. For real. So, just introduce yourself.
My name is Francois Scarboro Jr. I'm 3-0, 2 knockouts. I went away to college for a while. I went to college should have been 4 years. It was 5 years. I changed my major.
Okay.
But I'm back now chasing my dream, and it's going well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you were a very talented, gifted fighter. Now, I've seen you fight. I saw the first fight. I saw highlights of the second fight. And man,
No, we was at the second one, remember?
No,
when
he
he-
fought. He did. No, we wasn't the second one. The
We went
third
at the
fight.
third one.
But at the
At
Maryland
Maryland
Live.
Live.
That's
Oh,
what it
yeah.
was. Yeah, you definitely got it, man. You definitely got it. So, when did you get your start in boxing, and when did you realize you was gifted?
I got my start in boxing. It's still around. It's called Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
I was like 12.
Yep.
I just wanted to, try it out. I was watching a movie. They was boxing in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I want to box. Then I'm a big PlayStation guy. I downloading Call of Duty right now, so I can go play that.
Yeah.
But I played Fight Night, and I'm like, all right, like all you gotta
He
do is
said,
remember the
he played
combination.
Fight
So
Night.
it's the movie and Fight Night. I'm like, Dad, can you take me to the gym? Like, I want to box. He's like, yeah. All right, I got you. My mom like, no, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
play the piano and do all
Yeah,
I did a lot
that's
of
how
stuff
it
growing
be.
up. I did soccer,
Uh-huh.
t-ball, baseball, gymnastics, anything
for
you
real?
can think of. Yeah, I did gymnastics.
Oh
You
shit.
ain't see the little,
Oh,
that's
you did? Yeah.
my gymnastics background.
Oh shit.
But I did a lot of stuff, but boxing stuck. Like, it's just something about getting physical that I like.
Yeah.
It's something about being able to beat somebody up and hit them hard
And don't go to jail for it.
yeah, not going to jail for it. So I fell in love with it, and
Mhm.
I got a whole avenue of different
Yeah.
things that happened with my career as far as going to different gyms and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I started out Sugar Ray Leonard. Eventually, I ended up with Enigma.
Mhm.
You know Enigma. That's Gary
Yeah.
Russell.
Mhm.
My God, brothers.
Yeah, he was with Herb, and then something happened, and then I went with Herb, and I went away to college,
Mhm.
and I came back, and ever since I came back, I found a home at Hillcrest. It's one of the best gyms that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And I'll honestly say
Me
that.
too.
For sure,
Uncle
for sure.
Nesto.
What college did you end up going to?
I ended up going to a college called Glenville State.
Oh, I know Glenville. Okay.
Oh, you know Glenville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up going to a college called Glenville State. And at first when I got there, I'm like, mad. Like, I'm in West Virginia. Like, I'm all the way in the mountains. There's nothing. I seen a bear one time when I was doing laundry. I seen a bear. Like, I'm not lying. I'm doing my laundry. I seen
And
a
you
bear.
had to freeze. Like,
I
what
dropped my
the?
laundry and ran. Just ran. So that's where I was, Glenville, West Virginia.
Yeah.
And there was nothing to do, but there's a coach named Dwayne Chapman. He was pretty much telling me, yeah, just tough it out a year and the boxing program is going to come. So now I'm going to college. Like, I'm an athlete just like it's a D2 college. It's actually a university now. So I'm going to college just like the other athletes, like that, football players, basketball players. I'm boxing. I'm just like them. And I don't want to say that I was, born a star, but like everything that's going
falls
on.
in place.
Yeah, it falls into place. Like the same treatment that I was getting in Glenville, West Virginia is the same treatment that I'm beginning to get now. Yeah. And so I'm accustomed to it.
Word. So you got a big fan base out there in Glenville?
Oh, yeah, big fan base. Every time we fought out in Glenville, West Virginia, it's a basketball stadium, like state of the art. The whole stands were packed full of people watching me fight.
Holy
so that's a great feeling. And I'm not new to the spotlight. I'm not new to all of this going on.
Right. I was gonna say, like, at the Maryland Live, how was that? What was that experience like? The lights and the glitz and glamour.
The screaming, like, I think we packed that one out too. I don't know how many people. I don't want to give you the wrong number, but we definitely packed it out. And it was just like Glenville Stadium, except the lights were bright. Like, people screaming my name. I tried to look up in the lights one time and blinded myself. It was like 5 seconds. I couldn't see nothing. I'm like, all right, I need not to do that no more.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm accustomed to this. I'm accustomed to it. Which is a gift. I don't think it's a curse yet.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So your last opponent was supposed to be a pretty tough opponent for you.
Oh, yeah, he was undefeated. He didn't come to lie down, and I definitely didn't come to lie down. So that's what you want. Right. That's what you want. I don't want to be around here fighting ducks. I want to prove myself, and I've proven myself over and over again thus far, and I keep on planning to do it by any means necessary. Right. And it sounds a little complicated, but it's easy. It's all about being disciplined. Once you're disciplined, it gets real easy.
Yeah, I've seen you get, like, making moves. Like the first fight when I saw you, I was like, okay, the pro debut jitters.
Oh, yeah,
a little
for sure.
bit. I could tell. I've been around it for so long. I was like, yeah, I see you got the pro fight. Like, if you watch Sweetie, remember Gary's pro debut? Anybody who watched it who didn't know him was like, yo, you look like Gary. But we knew him, so we knew he was like, some of the combinations was not as tight or whatever, because those pro debut jitters is different. Right. And then to the second fight, it was some guys need 2, 3, maybe 4 fights to get acclimated to the pros. And, not just the T-shirt, the no-head kid, the smaller, not just that. I mean, just the atmosphere and getting used to whatever. But by the second fight, I saw a good 360 from you. It was like, okay, now you really starting to look like a pro. Yeah, you wasn't rushing the shots. He was like, you knew the knockout was gonna come. Just need to set him up, keep this guy, because he was only going one way. And then I saw you setting it up. And I'm looking. I think I told you, I was like, I think it's coming. That's good. He ain't smothering himself like the first fight. He's not smothering or nothing. Now all of a sudden, boom, then it happened. It was pinpoint. You dream of knockouts like that. You dream. After all the work you do, you dream to land a shot like that. And then to go into the third fight and see how, okay, cool, now I can get the rounds in and practice the stuff I've been practicing. And then you controlled your breathing. You was able to get your second win. You worked good the whole way through. I can see that's the exact, everything you're doing for what it's worth is exactly what you want to see from a young prospect turning pro, and how he progresses fight after fight after fight. Early on, you see something different each time. And that's well done to you, man. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I got to give thanks to my trainers, Nesto and
Uncle
Ty.
Nesto.
Yeah, I got to give them all the credit. We all in this as a team, and without them, it wouldn't be possible.
Indeed.
I got to ask something.
Real quick in the chat, we got Teresa Capone. She said we need more women boxing events. I do agree with that. Women's boxing is booming.
Watch that trade last episode. Right. We was going in on
women's boxing. We got Chris Glenn back in the chat. He said, West V, let's get it. He said, we got a headline. on a card out in West V because he from West V.
That's my man, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Okay,
man, Chris.
okay, yeah. So
Blue.
I try to hit him up not all the time, but most of the time. He's been nothing but cool to me.
For sure. So if you selling out tickets in Glenville like that, and Chris from West V, I think y'all can go ahead and do that.
We might have to do some.
You know what I'm saying?
Every fight that I could get on, I'm definitely trying to. My dad, he's acting he is my manager.
Okay.
He is my manager right now, and he's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah.
So when everything comes down to it, like as far as business, I look at him to validate everything, to tell me if it's a go or if it's not a go. If everything's making sense, then I'm definitely trying to fight every show I can.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, bro. I'm gonna cut you off.
Nah, you know what I'm about to ask. I think I had told you what I was gonna ask him. So how did y'all start the suit thing to come out with? I gotta ask this. Cause I was the first fight when I saw Uncle Nestor, I'm like, I know my uncle hot as hell up in here. Rose Crawford that shit on. And then I was like, oh wait, this is coordinated. I like it. Like it was because nobody else is doing that. No one else is doing that, which y'all doing.
Yeah, we are the first people to do that. So I'm happy that it's documented. But look good, feel good, fight good, look
and
good,
then
coach
they pay.
good, good vibes.
Shout out Coach Prime.
Yeah, good vibes. Put everybody in a suit. It's business. It's being professional. That's why we're there. We're taking care of business. So that's where the suit originally came from.
Man, I watch. You gonna watch.
Shout out to my dad again. He's behind all of that.
When
my
he
dad
gets
the same stuff.
when he get hired, watch. He gonna pull the Roy Jones and come out with the tux as the fight road.
Right.
I don't know about all of that.
You don't think so?
Nah, not the fight tux. It was sweet though, but that's
I don't know how Roy pulled that.
I can't
and
pull
Winky
that.
right too. I don't know how they pulled that
Only
off.
certain people could pull certain stuff off.
Yeah,
That's what make them. I don't
for
think
sure.
I can pull that off.
But on the other note, you have a good fan base. You vibe with the crowd well. You get new people falling into Scarboro Nation, which is a big deal, man. That's a big step for you because as you keep progressing, as all of it intertwines, because as you keep progressing with your skill sets and showing it fight after fight after fight, and then they see, oh wow, he has people really following him and it's getting bigger. That all falls into line of them not denying you through the front door instead of the back door to sit there and have you sign or get bigger paydays because they know you're gonna put asses in the seats, whether good or bad. So and some guys take 12, 13 fights to get to that point sometimes. So that's another thing under your belt that you're able to accomplish and say you have under your belt that some people don't, that take a long time to get.
And people get on me all the time as far as not appreciating what I have in front of me. Like me, I'm always looking forward into the future. Like, all right, we fought at Maryland Live Casino. How we get the belt? You know what I mean? How we get on TV? How we get the bigger fights right now? And Nesto, he always tell me, take your time, take your time. It's a marathon. Take your time. So I guess I should start appreciating what's going on in front of me a little more. Appreciate the people I do appreciate. Scarboro Nation, of course, absolutely. Right. But just, live in the moment a little bit instead of worrying about the future. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have to take that advice.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because even it's easier when you say it, but it's harder to do it.
Yeah,
it's harder to do it.
Look, don't feel bad about that. I mean, I'm not saying you do, but I'm just saying in this unforgiving game that we do, this game that we play, you're right to have that mentality because this window is so short to get yours and get out. It's so short. Healthy on top of that. Mm-hmm. To have your marbles intact and not skip numbers when you count them. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. So don't feel bad that you had that mentality because it's like, okay, it's not that you don't appreciate it. It's that you're not trying to fall into a certain trap that a lot of guys that go back from before we was even born. And it's a long story in boxing, but especially in this city, same old story, where guys get enamored with, get complacent and enamored with where they're at or what they just got done, that they wind up slipping and not getting to where it's like, okay, once I get to a certain point, then I can relax.
Yeah, it's no relaxing. Well, not for me. It's not. It's full.
I don't mean relax like, oh, just stop work. I mean like,
just get comfortable.
Get
comfortable. Once you get comfortable, you messing up.
Yeah, right. And like once you get that world title, at least say, got the job done, and then basking it for that one night or that week when you take a week off, and then right back to business because now it's going to the next belt, on to the next belt. Until you retire, then it's now I can sit back and enjoy the fruits of everything. Because even Francois was on here last week. Remember, she said, I'm just now starting to enjoy a little bit of my life, a little bit.
And she said it's harder.
It's harder.
It's than what it was, being undisputed and having all the belts and all the people now. It's harder to deal with than when she was, his friend Sean from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I can imagine. I got a little taste of that. Like everybody, my cousin now. Like everybody.
Oh yeah. You see my eyes, right? I'm
right. So sometimes I'm talking on the phone to people I don't even know who it is, but I treat everybody the same way. So I'm actually having a conversation with people I don't know who I'm talking to.
Damn.
But
that's crazy, man.
Yeah. It's part of it. This is what I asked for. Like when you're young and you dream of being where you want to be, like I imagined this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I talked to a promoter. I'm not gonna say the promoter's name, but it seemed like it intertwines with what we talking about. It's years ago. One of the top promoters. He said, I'm running down all my friends because he was like, I need people to sign. So a show had just happened here. And I hung out with him. So he called me while I was in class. He called me. And I stepped out of class. He said, all right, so give me the rundown on this. So I'm, these guys I've boxed with since we were kids. So I'm trying to put all of them on. I know each one of their strengths and weaknesses. I'm going down the list. And he's like, yeah, no, yes, no, whatever. And he goes, the biggest knock on y'all city, all y'all can fight. All y'all good. But y'all get distracted too easily. Y'all state get distracted. That's why some promoters are hesitant to take chances on y'all area. And half the battle is what you just said. You already focused on this and not getting too, all right, I know I won. Yes, I'm happy. But all right, now next to the next thing, next card. Let's keep moving this thing forward. And that some young fighters that go in one ear out the other and they get in that. We had a conversation with a big time guy. He wanted to talk to me and BINK and was like, what's going on? Am I lying, bro? Like, oh man, what's going on? And then what did he say? Man, it's like some guys around here, man, they just get stuck on this. They don't think of nothing. They just think, oh well, I got this and it's good. They not even thinking about nothing else. And that's what you said, that mentality that you have is had the battle, man. And that's good for you.
Right. You're definitely in a good spot. But that's your coach's job to keep you, to reel you back and say, hold on. We in the moment right now, though. Be right here, right now. But you on the right track. You on the right track.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, like going to West Virginia, going away to college helped me out a lot. Like it got my mind right. Like I understand that there's a world, like meeting people from Florida and Tennessee and all over the world, Alaska. It was this girl from Canada. Meeting people from all over like that, you understand. It's more to this. It's more than the DMV.
When did you graduate from Glenville? Because my cousin go to Glenville, matter of fact.
I graduated December 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, right before the whole coronavirus thing happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
What'd you major in?
I majored in business administration, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, business administration. So
okay, good.
It was tough, but a lot of tutoring, but I'm pretty sure there's stuff out there that's tougher than that.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Right, so like maybe later on in your career, is it like a Scarborough Promotions or?
I'm not gonna rule that out. We got a lot of stuff that we actually talk about.
You don't need that headache in your
life. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff that we talk about, but it's nothing until you actually put it into action.
Yeah,
so
right, for sure.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna do it. That's what they say. Don't talk about it. Just do it.
Exactly. Let me ask you your opinion on signing with promoters. Do you feel like it's better to almost take the Devin Haney route where he's independent, he gets to pick and choose, he'll be on ESPN this fight or he'll be on DAZN this fight, or is it better to sign with like Al Heyman or Eddie Hearn or somebody?
Ooh, I guess it just depends on who you are. You know what I mean? Most people, they don't really have personality, or most of the fighters that I met, they don't have personality.
Right.
Like boxing is their
charisma and everything.
Yeah, boxing is their life. That's all they do is box and go in the gym and throw 1-2s, and that's cool. Like I'm not knocking that, but as far as entertainment, we are all entertainers, whether you want to believe it or not. That's why people come to watch us. We're entertainers. People want to be able to relate to you, see what you got going on behind the scenes, and just relate. And Devin Haney, people can relate to him. They see what's going on behind the scenes. He has like the money to back it, the money to show you everything that's going on. So with him taking that route, going independent, it's gonna work for him because they got the funds to do it.
Right.
But someone else that really can't afford all of that, someone else that doesn't have a good promoter, I would definitely say that signing with somebody like PBC or whoever you want to sign with, and fighting your way to the top is the way to go.
For sure.
So
For sure.
different strokes, different folks.
Mhm.
It all depends on you.
That's exactly right. Because if some
good
fighters, because you got some fighters who they can't have the conversation we have. Is like some of them gotta really pull it out of them. Some of them they're humble to a fault. You know, they don't talk at all, and some of them it's they talk, but their skill set isn't exciting or whatever thing. So you're absolutely right. Like, and with you, you know, the charisma that you have, this, you know, you have a smile that lights up the room, you know, things like that. It'll be very easy. All you gotta do is just keep on doing, like I was saying before, like becoming more and more of a complete pro each fight. Everything else you already got sealed in the bag with your charisma and the fan
Oh
base.
man,
and
I
everything. You'll be
appreciate that.
fine.
I appreciate
You'll be
that
fine.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's just me, like, you know, learning. I want to get some shout outs real quick.
Go ahead, man. Do your
While
thing.
it's still on my mind. I got this one kid. He's in school. His name's JJ.
Okay.
I don't know. You'll see him on my Instagram. I'll tag him and everything. Shot by JJ. He definitely came along and helped with the process. Like, he a cool guy. And then unmute the mic and spoken reason. Probably my Shannon. That's my sister.
Okay.
She did a documentary, and she helped me out like this. As far as seeing myself on that screen, like once you see yourself on the screen,
It's
like,
different.
oh
Yeah.
man, like
Yeah.
all right.
This could be something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
motivation.
Mhm.
It's motivation, and like Shannon, thank you for motivating me. Like once I seen the first documentary that you made, it was all on from there. I just wanted more and more. So thank you.
That's tough, man.
Sorry
That's real
about
tough.
that.
No, you all good, man. This is your show today,
It's
man.
your
Look,
show.
no, you come in here. This is your slipping kind of podcast.
Yeah,
man. This
I
is
just-
all about you today, man. For sure.
I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and thank you, Ma.
Mhm.
Shout out to God for sure.
Indeed.
I always do that.
Mhm.
I got a tattoo. You can't see it.
Right.
I got a tattoo. It says God's timing is perfect. Like I've been through a lot. Like I've been through the coronavirus, car accidents, and I'm still here. And like, even though I thought it was gonna be late and I thought everything was gonna be over, everything right now is unfolding at the most perfect time.
Yeah.
And it's God's work. So God's timing is perfect.
God's time. I love that, man. I love that. That's incredible. I'm gonna start using that because I always say on God's time. It'll happen on God's time. Stop stressing because when He wanted to happen, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
It ain't worth it.
that's what we going by right now. Like
Uh-huh.
that's what's in my head. Like if it's supposed to happen, if it's for me, then
Right.
it's for me. If it's not for me, then it's not for me.
Right. But then some folks get it confused because behind that they won't work. They'll slow down on their work, thinking God got me.
Mhm.
But you still got to continue to work and push to make those things happen at the same time.
Yeah, faith without works is dead.
Huh,
And
man.
that's
Huh, man.
I come from hanging around Nesto at the gym all
Right.
the time. You know?
Yeah.
He keep
Bruh. Bruh.
me.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Huh, man.
Yeah, I
I
come
like
from hanging
that.
around Nesto at the gym all the time. So we got Rev at the gym. Irv. It's a lot of God-fearing men in the gym, like good role models, and it's a joy to be around them. Like I'm not, you ever had that one friend that your mom told you not to hang around?
Yes.
You're like, yeah, why not? Like I might as well go hang out with him, and then
Right.
like eventually you see, dang, like
That's why.
maybe I shouldn't be hanging
That's
around
why.
him. Like it's all bad vibes. It's all
Indeed.
negative effects.
Something
Yeah.
always about to happen. Something always on the edge of happening.
Yeah, so it feels good putting yourself in the gym full of positive people.
It's very important, man.
That's one thing at Hillcrest that I wouldn't trade in for the world.
Mm-hmm.
So what parts now, I always ask every young pro this. At this point, with your team, how you feel like you've gotten better from fight one, whether it's amateurs to fight one to now, have you started to become where you feel like you turn your corner, you improve certain abilities on?
Repeat that real quick.
What part you think is, as you've gone since turning pro, you've improved on?
Just mindset. It's my mindset for sure. Realistically, I know that I have the tools that some of the great fighters that you see up in the number 1 and number 2 spots have.
Mhm.
But it's the mindset, it's the IQ, it's actually realizing what you're doing. See, most people, they just go in the gym and they go through the motions.
Yeah.
You can't just get in there and go through the motions. You got to understand that there's a reason behind everything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're throwing the right hand, there's a reason behind you throwing the right hand. If you slip in a certain way, there's a reason behind you
Yep.
slipping a certain way. So you got to know what you're doing and when to actually implement those tools into your game plan.
Right. So
Uncle
maturity.
Nesto, rhythm, distance, timing.
Rhythm, distance, timing. I'm starting to get my distance down a lot
I
more.
noticed.
I'm starting to get my timing down a lot more. I can't dance, so my rhythm coming slowly but surely.
So you can't dance?
I can nod my head.
Yeah.
Know? I can stand on the wall.
What he said.
Yeah, stand on the wall.
He said, I can nod my
Jump
head.
up and down. You know, that's
Yeah.
my go-to.
You can't dance?
Nah, I can't
You
dance.
was a gymnast? You can't dance?
I can't. I don't know what's going on with me. I need to stretch or something.
Because you got good feet in the ring.
Yeah, I might need to do yoga for real. I be thinking about that.
Yeah,
I
yoga's
need to
hard.
do yoga.
Yoga's tough.
But I gotta have people there doing yoga with me. Like, I'm not just trying to go down Union Market with my mat. Like, I'm gonna get the whole gym to come to yoga. We run the Woodrow Wilson Bridge on Saturdays. You see us. We out there running 5 miles. But I'm gonna go through Brandon. Yeah, hey, let's do yoga. He's gonna be like, all right. He's gonna gather the troops and we're gonna be out there.
That's what's up, man.
I'm gonna let y'all know too.
I'm with it. Let me know.
You don't look like you would it.
No, I'm not. No. I did yoga. Yoga's hard. I was in the weight room, no football playing, all that shit. And when I got to that yoga class in college, that shit was different. I'm pushing weights, and I'm thinking I'm like that. You get to that yoga class, and this girl's next to me doing these poses, and I'm in the drink trying to hold these poses like struggling.
I know what you talk about. We did college shoot. I'm over there burning, shaking.
Yeah. They killing it though. They got the blocks out and they stretching, they breathing and enjoying. I'm like, yo, what is you doing? I'm breaking a sweat, yo. That shit crazy, yo. Yoga different.
Did you do heated yoga or just yoga?
Oh yeah, they do got heated yoga.
The room be like 85, 90 in that
I wouldn't be here today. Y'all be looking at my headstone if I did that. I wouldn't be here today.
I'm cool on that. I'm gonna get the regular yoga down pack first. I know they be about to pass out in that joint.
Yeah, for real, man.
Talk about cutting weight.
Oh, Lord Jesus. So when you was a gymnast, what was your events?
I just did all the classes. Like me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was embarrassed. Like I'm doing gymnastics with my sister at a sports and learning complex. Low key, I liked it. You got me running over stuff, flipping. Like even in college, we had the acrobatics and tumbling team. Yeah. The acrobatics and tumbling team. I'm all cool with them, and I'm talking to them every day. So they was actually showing me how to flip and do flips and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like something about the thrill, like being in the air and not knowing if you're gonna land or not.
Not knowing if you're gonna land or not.
Yeah.
How you did it? That is not for me.
Dude. It is always something I was just like interested in.
I need to see where I'm walking, landing there. You ain't flipping my ass.
That's the thing. You gotta have confidence. Like, you just gotta know. You just gotta know. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna land this.
You know what someone said to me? I was like, so you rather get in the ring and spar. You've always been the smaller guy. So you rather get in there and spar a bigger guy and then do a flip when it's a sparring session. I'll gladly do it. I'll not flip. You are not flipping me, and I can't see exactly where I'm laying. I got to look for a white line, white practice line drawn on the line. Like, no, I'll bump all that. That ain't happening.
I do. I probably want to go skydiving.
You better than me.
Skydiving, I did
I want to do that.
Hey. You said you want to?
Yes.
You said you want to do it?
I want to do that.
You flip, but you would go skydiving?
Yeah. Hey. And I want to do bungee jumping too.
Oh no, bungee jumping, bump that. But skydiving, I did
so
that.
You went skydiving, but you ain't gonna bungee jump. You see how awkward that is? How ass backwards that is?
Yeah, bungee jumping is different.
Listen, I like being closest to the ground as possible.
Yeah. You flipped. You want to talk about
closest to the ground? You talking about? You talking about trusting the string to pull out your parachute to last second? I don't even feel comfortable on Warzone with my parachute. What you talking about? Hey, I'm serious. I done took some tumbles on that joint trying to pull out my parachute. You talking about skydiving? What you gonna do a backflip?
Hey, yo, he said.
Hey, yo, that's crazy. But skydiving was definitely an experience. Like I told my girl last night, I was like, yo, ever since I did that, 'cause I'm scared of heights. Definitely scared of heights. I know I build elevators. But I'm in control of that because I'm cooked up. I got my harness on. I'm in there, so I'm not going nowhere. But skydiving was different. Like it's when you do it, hold on, bro. Like your mentality changes because of the unknown. Like you said, the thrill of not knowing if you're gonna land it or not. So when you up there in that plane, it's like
that's a big thrill though.
But I'm telling you, when you do it, bro, your mentality gonna go to another level, bro. Ain't nothing I can't do, ain't nothing I can't accomplish. I'm not afraid of shit. And if I'm a little bit hesitant to do anything, I'm gonna do it 100%. Just from going skydiving. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Because you
Really?
break that barrier.
It makes sense. Like,
Yeah, you break a
but at
barrier.
the same time,
Really, right now?
different strokes, different folks.
Oh
different strokes, different
God.
folks.
So let me get this straight.
Go ahead, yo. Go ahead, yo.
I'm just asking the question. Let me get this straight. This dude done built a lot of the elevators y'all get in on a daily basis. He probably built.
Especially if you in DC. You been in DC, a lot of them hotels and Big Sky building. Yeah, I probably did a couple of those.
And this dude, he has the nerve, the gumption to say, I got my harness, I got this, I got that. They harness you in the bungee jumping and skydiving. They clip you to the instructor, all of that. So what's the difference?
Because it's too much room for human error. Say they
Oh
don't
my
measure the
God.
bungee jump cord is too long
And
for the
this
fall.
is where
like,
the
nah,
part
I'm good on
of the episode where Silk gives him the look. And walk.
Go ahead, yo.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, yo. This dude crazy, man.
Kenichi,
But yeah,
get your man.
definitely though. I think you should try skydiving.
No.
You really should. You really should.
I don't know, man. I think I might. I don't know. If I was on Fit Factor, I'd do it. I'd be watching that joint all the time.
Oh, for real?
Fit Factor?
Yeah.
I would do something like that.
Eat the
Got
bugs and
my beat.
everything.
Like Ninja Warrior, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to sign up for them.
No, I ain't come back
Nah,
to
for
sit
real.
down. I just got my beat you.
They got a Ninja Warrior course out. It's called Ninja B. They got a Ninja Warrior like setup out there. It's pretty tough. Pretty tough. You should check it out.
Nah, listen. Life is about living. It's about dying with memories and not dreams.
Yeah.
That's what life is about.
For sure.
So I'm always down for whatever I can get my hands on. That's
Yeah,
safe.
for
I don't
sure.
know about bungee jumping and all
Yeah,
that.
skydiving and shit. What's your other biggest fears besides like heights? Is heights your fear?
I know it, but like, I'm gonna tell you one of them. Like, one of my biggest fears is just like randomly getting struck by lightning. Walking outside, getting struck by lightning, because you never know when lightning gonna strike.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. Like,
Right.
if it start lightning right here, it's a chance you get struck right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, like it's lightning.
Right.
So you worried about being 1 in 2 million?
My boy got struck by
Yeah.
lightning. He told me the
Yeah.
story. He's like,
Yeah.
damn.
For real.
He said he walked. It was raining. He walked outside on the phone with his mom, I think. And he said he got struck. He said hit him. He said boom. He felt like this go through his body. He was like, damn, I just got hit by lightning. It was like a delayed reaction when he hit the ground. Didn't like hit him. He fell. It hit him, and he was like, oh shit.
It went in and out of his body?
Yeah. Then
Like,
he boom. He was like, damn. Then he went out. No, but the way he told me, I was crying laughing because that's how he explained it. But he had the phone. It was a boom.
yeah, because I've seen a patient before like that. They had the entry wound and the exit wound was like at the bottom towards the end of his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about lightning?
Mhm.
It's entrance and exit wounds?
Yeah, there's
You see,
entrance and exit.
look.
It has to come out. That
But
electricity
he
has to
never
come
going
out.
outside again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has to come out. So, and when he healed, you can Google these pictures. Like
Mhm.
it looks like a tree branch, all of it going across his brachial, all through the arm to about right here.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a tattoo almost, but it's not.
Right.
Like that's how it looks.
It's vicious.
And that entry and exit wound, it looks like a burn was
Look at
going
his
in and
face.
out.
He ain't never going
Nah,
outside.
that's
My bad. My bad.
I run. Listen, when it's lightning outside, I'm going 100.
Yeah.
Like I'm running a 40-yard dash. I'm sprinting. I don't care. Hey, listen, everybody got something
So-
that's wrong with them. At least that's my thing.
Hey,
He
I mean, that's
can't
real.
fight in London. He can't fight
Yeah.
in Cali. Because if it rain and he fighting outside, yeah, I ain't going out
We're gonna
there.
have to take a brief
We're gonna
intermission.
have to take an
No
intermission.
bull.
Halftime.
I ain't going out there. I heard that. So who are some of your favorite fighters in the game right now?
Some of my favorite fighters in the game right now, it switches up. I definitely like Errol Spence. For
Mhm.
sure. I'm always going to put Errol Spence. I don't even know if you could say Mayweather, because Mayweather, does that count as being in the game when you're doing?
No.
Is he out the game?
He out the game. He out the
game,
game. He
bro.
out the game.
But I respect.
Much respect, Floyd. Much
Your
respect.
all time after he's done. You could put him on the list. Go ahead,
Alright,
continue.
in the game. Who I say?
You said Spence.
All right, Spence. I definitely like Devin Haney. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely like Shakur. Let's see. I like Canelo, but Canelo is different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't do what Canelo do.
Mm-hmm.
What? Go go ahead, continue.
Go
ahead, continue. No, go ahead, continue.
So I said Devin Haney. I said Shakur.
Spence.
I said Spence.
Canelo.
I said Canelo. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
who's your all-time great? And I ain't forgot about the Canelo thing. We're gonna get back there. But go ahead. Who's your all-time great, guys?
All-time great is probably, it's honestly, realistically, once you do the math and like just being honest, it's Mayweather.
What?
It gotta be like, look at what he did. You gotta be Mayweather.
Sugar Ray Robinson, and I'm done with the conversation.
I mean,
but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't actually sat down. I'm about to watch some Sugar Ray Robinson.
Man, watch them tapes.
Watching Sugar Ray Robinson, for me, I could probably learn some stuff. Wasn't he like 6? How big was Sugar Ray Robinson?
He was a 47 and 60 pounder. Because remember back then there wasn't no 54 weight class. So his best was at 47, but there was no tapes of him. But he was still like at the edge of his prime, going at the 60 pounds. And then he was what, 5'9", 5'10" or so.
He was 5'10"?
I think 5'9".
I'm thinking he like 6'1".
He looked lanky.
I'm thinking he like 6'1".
The opponents that he fought at middleweight were, and like heavyweight were. Those guys were pretty big. But
yeah, I don't want to discredit nobody, but who was he fighting? Sugar Ray Robinson.
He beat 19 Hall of Famers. He beat 13. He beat He beat 13 world champions, 19 Hall of Famers. So, and if I remember right, I gotta double check that. Hammer and Hank, Jake LaMotta 4 times, Kid got the great Cuban Kid Gavilan twice. Randy Turpin. It's just list. You even got to look at the document. You can look at them little short clips on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they show the stats.
He was like that. I'm not gonna hold you. He was like
very.
that.
You could plug. He was one of those guys. Basically, you could take him out, plug him in any era, and he'd be fine. He'll be just fine in any era.
I had to check that out. I'm still gonna say Mayweather is number one. Though.
But but when you say Mayweather, I will honestly say yes. He's definitely an all-time great.
You gotta look at boxing like in general. I mean, I'm not really too familiar with Sugar Ray. I know who he is. Like I said, I play fighting. Like I know who he is.
Right.
But boxing, when it comes down to boxing, the main objective is to hit and not get hit. So when it comes down to hitting and not getting hit, you gotta think about who has done that the best throughout boxing history.
But
who has punished you the most without getting touched.
But why did Floyd not take that point? Because if you look at the Pretty Boy era, he was very much more offensive. He always had bloody noses or whatever, but he was more aggressive, and he still was hard to hit, but he was in more firefights a little bit. But the thing was about him that really switched it was because he was with Roger, which pushed the offensive more, a little more.
R.I.P. Roger Mayweather.
And his vision. But then also his dad pushed the Cotto fight is what did it. Because remember the shots he took in the Cotto fight, his father was pissed.
That's one of my favorite fights.
His father was
That's
pissed.
one of my favorite fights right there.
His father was like, you took too many shots. That fight that you shouldn't have took. And that's what and then on top of that, the hand issues and whatever. Losing just 1/10 of a step, which could be a lot. That was the bigger thing because he knew. He basically went through what every fighter goes through. When they get to a certain point, a fighter says, I'm losing 1/10 of a step. And in this game, 1/10 of a second is a lot.
It's a lot.
But I see things better than I did when I was younger. And I'm starting to see stuff 3 steps ahead. I always saw stuff 2 steps ahead. Now I'm starting to see it 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Okay, I could do this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you want to pay. If you're going to think I'm boring because I'm protecting my hands, because if you ever watch Floyd shake hands, he do this. Before, because you're supposed to give a firm handshake. Look at that. So you won't squeeze his hand. He'll go and then flip it up and like he dapping you up. So
I never paid attention to that before.
Yeah, I done seen guys like the great fighter from here, Daryl Tyson. He won't shake your hand. He'll go and like try to
into this chat
from your fingers because he's so worried because people squeeze his hand, hurt his hand.
That sound like me. I like give you.
Yeah, because you'll hurt your hand. You hurt your money makers.
COVID too, so yeah, man.
Yeah, you hurt your money makers. So but Floyd really adjusted to that, and that was what made him so cerebral and great because he knew, okay, I'm losing stuff a little bit. Okay, cool. So you know what? I'm gonna pay for y'all to sit here and want to see if I'm gonna get punched in the face. Cause you already know I'm gonna win. You just want to see if I'm gonna get a licking or not. and I'm not. But you gonna think it, and I'm gonna make this 24/7 look like this motherfucker got a chance.
Hey, real quick,
And
let me
you
tap
gonna
into
sit.
this chat real quick. We got Anthony Smith. He said Crawford been working on his power. Will Bud be able to handle it? He has been buzzed by way smaller punches that don't measure the spins.
No, I ain't talking about that.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm about to say, bro, we didn't talk about Spence and Crawford for like 7 episodes in a row. You have to go back, bro.
Yeah, go back. I'm not doing this again for y'all.
We got Ronald. How is this BOK Prime's first fight? I can't answer 100%. Is it their first fight? First pay-per-view fight?
That's what Adrian Broner just signed to, right?
Black
Okay.
Prime? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the team is saying that's probably their first fight. BOK Prime, shout out BOK Prime. Anthony Varner, who will Wilder fight next? That's up in the air. Andy Ruiz, maybe. I'd like to see that fight. We talked about that earlier in the episode.
I like to see Tyson Fury and
Wilder
again.
Oh, no.
I want to see it again. I'm not
fourth
gonna lie
time.
to you.
For a fourth time?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let him talk. Why?
Listen,
Go ahead.
first time it was he almost knocked him out. He came up. That's the little resurrection Undertaker thing, right?
That joke was Lisa.
Yeah, when he woke up.
Like
That's
late
the first
for work.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, realistically, I don't know.
The count was a little
count time was a little off. So second time, we're having a second time.
Y'all really doing
he got
this
knocked
right
out.
now?
Second time he got knocked out, yeah.
And
Well, he got stopped. That's when he fired his trainer.
Third time, he was close. Like, you know what I mean?
Dropped him
Like,
twice,
it's
had
like
him hurt bad.
What, ninth round?
Something like that. Yeah, was it ninth round he got knocked out? It was a good fight.
Yeah. Third time was a good fight. So I'm thinking, after all this that's been going on, fourth time might be the charm. Like, I believe in him the fourth time.
But
the saying say third time's the charm.
Yeah, fourth time, I believe in it. It's different.
I get where you're coming from.
I can respect that.
I get where you're coming from because it's like it's a fighter's mentality. And, we could get this back. We done did this fight, maybe this fourth fight. We adjust to this. It's the fighter mentality that I think you're speaking from. But I'm gonna speak from a handler's perspective and a trainer's perspective. If you're Deontay Wilder, I'm telling you, and me knowing having a relationship with Mr. Malik, his new trainer, and, little relationship with Deontay for, a while, we don't need this. If it happens to where it's no doubt we need this and we're going to take it and the money's right, we'll take it. But right now, we don't need this shit. Well, you need to let your body rest, take another fight like the Hellenius fight, get you back in the groove of things, let your body keep healing and resting. Then we fight Andy Ruiz, get the mandatory spot. And then if it comes to it and AJ's out the picture, if we have to take that fourth fight, then that's what we do. But we don't need this shit right now. Let's rest your body because you done went through back-to-back wars. We don't need this.
Nah, you're right. I mean,
took a lot of punishment, man.
Yeah, everybody needs somebody on their team like that.
Right, to reel you back in.
Yeah. But he did. Sure. He did take a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
But
now back to the Canelo thing, sir. I ain't forgot about that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me finish the chat real quick. Hold on, we'll come to the chat.
Go ahead, yeah.
We had Lou Peterson. He said, "My guy, franchise Frankie."
Yes,
and then we got Donald Kearney. He said, "London in the building. What's up, guys? All the way from London. We got Norway in the chat. London in the chat. London. Yo, this is crazy."
I was looking at a video from Norway this morning.
Yeah. And we got the number on the screen now. I'm about to go ahead and hook it up. So if you guys want to call in, ask this young man right here any questions, we're going to hook it up right now. Y'all can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to double check. This is my thing. When Canelo got a guy in front of him that don't got no jab and no footwork and not just a jab, but a persistent jab. He could look magnificent in it. And he has looked magnificent. And you could see the progression, how much better he's gotten. Not saying that he's gotten so much better and controlling guys, whatever. But if you put somebody in front of him that ain't got to be flashy, but just a good, persistent jab and precise, consistent, can keep him off balance jab, and he can't do what he want to do, he looked like a city boy on a country road looking for directions at the gas station
you gotta
in Chatham, Virginia.
The size difference, though. Canelo started out at what?
54, but he wasn't.
He didn't start out at 54.
Yes.
No, Canelo didn't start out at 54.
He started
out in like the 40s.
40s? Oh, yeah, that's right, because he was fit. You're right, because he was like 15 years old, right? Yep,
So
you're
somebody
absolutely
that's
right.
moving
My
all the way
bad.
up from the 30s to 40s. Now, what is he fighting? Like
He been up to 175.
Yeah,
It's high
175.
as 75.
And was about to go up to fight the dude from Africa at the damn.
He was tripping.
What's that new Bridgerweight?
This weight
Is it
class
Bridgerweight?
is for a reason.
Or some shit?
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He doing the unthinkable. Like me, I'm not gonna go up. Yeah, I need the biggest, hardest hitting 54 you got. Right, I'm not gonna do that right now. But somebody like Canelo could do that right now, and he's impressed us doing that.
Right.
It's the chance that he's willing to take. It's almost like some side quests.
Mm-hmm.
Good point, but you still ain't answered my question.
What?
When he sits there and he has a guy who too flat-footed, doesn't have a real commanding jab to make him he looks great.
You talking about Biv?
No, just in general. I've noticed that through his whole career. If you have a commanding jab, it ain't even got to be a jab that you shooting it from every angle. Because, you know, the jab is one of the only punches that you shoot from any angle and shoot it at any target.
I don't know.
But
I don't know about that. It just depends on the tools that he want to pull out his toolbox.
Yeah, of course. What I'm saying is, it don't even. When I've noticed with Canelo, the guy ain't even got to have no whoop here, whoop there, none. It's just keep it consistent. Just keep it consistent. Keep it there, and it ain't the target. And all of a sudden,
looking at the wrong things because I ain't seeing that.
I'm a Canelo fan.
Yeah, I ain't seeing that.
But when I told him that, and he watched the tape, and he saw,
I'm gonna have to watch some tape.
When he watched that tape, and you saw, what 3 fights? I think I mentioned Trout,
Austin Trout,
Jacobs, and Bivol. I think, and each
he
one
made Danny
is
Jacobs
smaller.
look crazy.
Yeah,
Jacobs
later
look
on,
right,
he
but
made him look crazy.
That's when I was like, yo, Canelo might be on some shit. If he made Danny Jacobs look crazy,
right,
and was slipping that shit, hand movement, it was hand speed, all of that was there.
That was after he got the time that, oh yeah, I got the timing down on this jab. I'm gonna start making him look stupid.
Beautiful against Danny Jacobs.
You know, and
it was Trout, Laura, and Bivol.
Laura, that's what it was. It was Trout, Laura, Bivol,
right.
I mentioned. I was like, if you put a good, consistent jab in his face, he doesn't know. And you got decent enough feet to know where you're supposed to go and when to do it, he don't know what to do. But if you too flat-footed and you right there for him, he gonna make you look like a damn fool.
Before I leave here, I'm gonna write all of those fights down so I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm so serious.
I might have missed it.
You never seen those fights?
Watch the Laura fight first. Watch the Trout fight, then watch the Laura fight. In that order, watch Trout, then watch Laura.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it.
And then text me.
I got you. I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, text me.
I'm a Canelo fan.
Get out of here.
This is a good combo, so I don't mind. Like, oh yeah, because I may watch you like, yo, but did you see this? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying, Frankie. Okay.
I'm gonna say this on air right now,
It might
bro.
be because I'm a fan. Like back in the day, like you couldn't tell me that anybody was being Pacquiao. Like this when I'm younger, like you couldn't tell me anybody being Pacquiao.
Because
like,
how strong he was.
Yeah,
even Floyd.
Yeah, back in the day, I'm like,
Pac-Man over Floyd.
Pacquiao might knock Floyd out.
Ooh,
but that's just me. Like,
I had Floyd punishing Pacquiao no matter what era.
Speaking with my, what is it? Me speaking with my, just being a favorite of them.
Yeah,
them
bias.
being my favorite.
Your bias.
Like if you ask me who going to the Super Bowl, you know, I'm gonna tell you the Cowboys.
You a Cowboys fan?
That's me speaking from my
your fandom
point of view.
Yeah, I feel you. Let me say this about Canelo, bro, because I'm a big Canelo fan. And folks be in my inbox, I told you. My only thing with Canelo now is I do respect his skill set.
Yeah.
He a one of a kind fighter. He has shown that he is one of the pound greats. But now he's to the point now where he did the Yildirim fight, and everybody's like, he fighting bums. Okay, I got you. He fought Yildirim. He fought the British guy. He broke his orbital.
I know who you're talking about.
Not Rocky.
I know who you're talking about. Oh, what's his name?
He fat.
I used to like him too.
Yeah.
He the Billy Sanders.
Billy Joe Saunders. He fought Billy Joe. He's like, okay. It's like, okay,
he beat
now
Callum Smith.
Right. Beat Callum Smith. And I kept saying, yo, Benavidez and them, they coming. Let him get these 4 fights, go get these belts he want, go through these divisions, and then we'll see what he do. My only problem with him now is he's stalling. Because there's no reason why he shouldn't fight Benavidez.
Or
Charlo. That's my only thing with him now is he's saying he ducking. He's saying he ducking. Like, look.
I don't think he ducking Charlo.
Look, now there's no reason. There's no reason why Canelo ain't fighting these guys now.
Hey, I don't know.
Our producer's stupid.
No, but
I'm doing this. I'm doing this the whole time. Like,
no, but now because I defended Canelo for so long, I'm like, he not a duck. He fighting these guys. But now, at this point now, he fought Bivol. You know what I'm saying? He rematched Triple G. What's next? What's next, yo? You got to put it up now. Put it up. We need to see it. 168 is wide open. Caleb Plant just knocked out Darrell. Run that back. Run that back. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, Caleb playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. That
Run
was
that
nice.
shit back.
man
I want to see that again.
nice. That man is
I
nice.
mean,
But if it happened once, it'll happen again though. The same
with Caleb
result.
Plant?
Yeah, with Canelo, Caleb Plant, the same thing will happen because Canelo's strong. Charlo, I like to see that, but there's no way that I'll put my money on Charlo. Just realistically.
Yeah.
What about
I
David?
feel why.
What about David, yo? Because everybody like David ain't fought nobody.
I don't know.
The timing of it though.
Yeah, I don't know. From what I seen, like he the goods.
Yeah,
I would keep my money in my pocket on that one.
right.
I would keep my money in my pocket on that
For
one.
sure.
But it's Canelo though, like he older, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You older,
right.
you more experienced. But David, you know, he
I want to see what you gonna say
fire
about
heavy
David.
artillery. That's
Yeah, heavy
right
artillery.
there. He firing that will, hitting you with what he want to hit you with.
Yeah,
I don't even think he been caught clean yet.
right.
Yes, yeah. Give me a second.
He been on the camera before, ain't he?
Yes.
He been on the
Give me a
canvas.
second. Ronald Gavril, Gavril, Gavril. That was the fight. They fought twice. The first fight, go watch the first fight. The first fight was the doozy. This is my thing with him and Canelo. I could see Cinnamon beating him, but it ain't gonna be easy. He throws a lot of punches and he's walking forward. And he's not just walking forward, but it's consistently walking forward and he's throwing 5 to 8 punch combinations. Canelo's jab got to be working. You got to make this boy fall full foot feints. Once you moving, stepping, stab, making once he commit, boom, now I'm back walking, feinting and walking back that way or countering, then rolling out, going that way. But the biggest thing I think is nobody has really rolled under and threw a hook on him. Because the way David comes, his shoulder isn't always pointed at his man. He's walking and he's shooting, and then when he throws his punches, it's never here. It's never this. A lot of times it's boom, boom, and everything else is wide. And but he's throwing, he's shifting everything. He's putting even his shots where he ain't putting everything on it. He's shifting on it. That gap in between for somebody like Cinnamon with his vision, how good his vision has gotten. I'm saying we need to, in between combinations, we got to be ready to catch. This is where all that sparring with Frankie Sanchez, the big Cuban dude, all that sparring with him and all them, Speedy Ellis's brother, who always was in always in camp with him, helping him. That's where that sparring comes in at. All them sparring them guys comes in at. Because now it's like, even though you got smaller gloves, I get all that stuff. But now that's where that comes in, because if I'm with Cinnamon, I'm telling him, we got to make sure the head is last. We ripping everything from the frame up in between his shots. We need to make this kid think what's coming in between when I throw.
That's what blowing by Canelo lately is. He a vicious body puncher, but he ain't been going downstairs like that.
I believe it's two different Canelos you can get.
Yes.
The Canelo that's, it's Canelo. He designing clothes and all the sponsorships and traveling the world, going on vacation,
Karaoke
doing whatever he's doing. And then it's the focus Canelo.
Yeah.
And either one of them good, but it's the focus Canelo.
I feel
he
you.
coming in there like,
I feel
you can see it in his face as soon as he hop in the ring. Like he coming in there to seek and destroy. So if he was to fight somebody like David, like I think he'd know what was that risk.
For sure.
I think he'd be focused and he'd come in there and he'll look like one of the best versions of Canelo that you ever seen.
I can see that. I can see that real quick in the chat. We got Ronald Hill. He said, RP Coach Buddy. RP Coach Buddy, man, for real. Lou Peterson back in the chat, he said Floyd was more aggressive before he hurt his hands. That's a fact.
Even amateurs, he had hand problems. James Baker was telling me about it.
Charles S. Shoemaker. He said Crawford is going to hurt Spence. Y'all crazy. I mean, nobody's disputing that. For me, that's a 50-50 fight. Somebody can get hurt. Either one can get hurt in that fight.
It's some guys that they don't look like they hit hard.
They get that leverage.
Yeah,
God almighty.
And I do think that Crawford is one of those guys.
Right. We did to Sean Porter.
Yeah.
Forget about the Sean Porter one. Look at the joint with Kell Brook.
That was even more vicious.
A short counter. Wow, just basically it wasn't even this. It was like a shovel almost. He went this way and that hurt him badly.
That was vicious. It looked like a jab.
Yeah,
but-
so like I said, there's some guys that
Yeah.
they don't look like they got strength at all, but they do. Like you getting that with them, they gonna hurt you. But then again, it's like Spence is like country strong. You know, country
Yeah.
strong is different.
Different.
Than
I be
regular
trying to
strong.
tell folks, yo.
Trying
It
to
is.
tell
Trying to tell
people.
folks.
Different.
We got Mary, don't want to pronounce this wrong, Mary Christ. She said, I got money on Devin winning versus Tank.
Oh, that's not far off.
I wouldn't mind putting that bet down either.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
like these fights, you're not. It's a pick 'em. You're not wrong for picking Spence or Bud. You're not wrong for picking Devin or Tank. You're not wrong for picking David or Canelo. Those type of fights you want to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, the only thing about the Tank Devin fight is
That one
Size.
shot lane.
the size. Like, yeah, you got to understand that Devin Haney, I seen Devin Haney standing next to Greg, and Greg is a big dude.
Mhm.
And it looked like Devin Haney was bigger than Greg Outlaw. So it's like,
Mhm.
all right, he's a big guy. And then you got Tank. I've seen Tank before. He's
Mhm.
not really that big.
Right.
If Tank was the same size as Devin Haney, then I'm picking Tank all day. But he's not.
Right.
He's a little smaller.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with the bigger man. It's
Bigger man.
My thing is not even the bigger man part. What do I always say about Devin, bro?
Pinpoint jab.
yeah,
Sharp
bigger
shooter.
man,
All
fundamentals. He
day
can keep Tank on the outside.
longer.
That's the
But
only-
it's
yeah.
an anxiety fight. Those fights are the fights where, even though your skill set is better than his,
I don't know if I'd even say
you
that with Tank. though.
worry. Yeah, I'm not. But
Yeah.
just fundamental wise,
Okay,
certain he has
I
a
got
better
you.
jab or
Right.
whatever. But we know I done grew up watching Tank in the amateurs. I know what Tank can do, whatever. And people,
Dwight Harris said Tank beat everyone at 135 with the eyes on.
cause that punch, he's like Deontay Wilder. It's like that shot hit you. You not. It could damage you. It could damage you permanently.
And Tank really be setting shit up though. Like, don't sleep. He's really cerebral. He be setting them shits up.
And I be trying to tell people, people saying he's this dude, some jackass in the comments, like people saying he's a great boxer. I don't see he gets hit too much. He's the shorter man. You're going, and he's light skinned. You're going to get
He said
lumped
he's
up a
light-skinned.
little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna show a little. Like, but yet and still, he's short. He's gonna come in at a certain point. Some stuff is gonna get landed. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure, like we mentioned earlier.
I'm sitting
It's-
thinking, like,
Yeah.
That anxiety though.
It's a
Remember Ray
tough
Leonard
one.
and Tommy
It's a tough
Hearns.
one
It's
to
like,
pick.
when is that punch gonna land? Like that's the worry you fighting Tank. Like, man, that shot gonna come sooner. So you can't you know how you beating on somebody and you don't relax. You still on your mission, but you take that relax. You start because you don't want to burn yourself out. And you ain't got nothing for the last 2 or last 3 rounds. Tank is that fight where unless you see a chink in the armor where you really got him under control, there is a scary moment. I can't relax. Not 1 second, because any second I could get hurt.
Mario Barrios.
I could get hurt.
Mario Barrios is a perfect example.
hurt bad too.
Yes. Even
I
in a
said,
clinch.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He hit somebody with an uppercut, and I'm watching it, and I thought he killed somebody on TV.
Leo Santa
Oh,
Cruz.
Leo Santa Cruz.
I thought he killed Leo Santa Cruz on TV. Like,
Yeah,
I
he was
really-
out for about
he
what,
just
10,
dropped-
12
gone.
minutes? And
He
that was dead.
that was
Took his
probably-
shoes off.
Right.
That
he
was like
gone.
the nastiest knockout I ever seen.
Yeah.
Live.
Watch that knockout and then watch the Rolly knockout because it's the same mistake. He's
Leo, I was
running
like-
the numbers. Watch,
No, what Leo did, he threw the same
Yeah,
punch
he
3
threw the
times in a
same
row.
punch 3 times. And Rolly did the same thing.
Okay.
Rolly did it
Mhm.
twice.
Right.
He threw the same jump twice. And it's like, I don't care what pro you are in there with. Young fighters, I don't give a damn what pro you in with. You cannot get away with throwing the exact same punch the exact same way back to back without setting up, unless it's boom, boom, or whatever, or you boom, roll, boom, something. You got to mix some up. You can't just go,
You
like
might be able
Leo.
to get away with it
Remember
twice.
Leo?
The two is a number.
Remember when
Right.
Leo did this? Leo went boom, boom.
And that third one, yeah.
Third one, yeah, and he just, oh my God. And then as soon as and the thing was what? It was like 8 seconds left in the round.
Mhm.
And it's like, man, I hold on, man, just get him back to the corner. Get him back to the corner. And when it hit, soon as it hit, hard work, oh, he out.
Crumble.
Before he hit the canvas, when that, oh, he out. And that man will hit the canvas. He hit the canvas. Those type of punchers. If y'all have, for people who don't know, who never sparred guys like that, never fought guys like that, it's an anxiety thing because this guy cannot have the same skills as you, not do certain tricks as you in the ring, not as crafty as you in the ring, but yet mentally, I'll give you a great example. This guy, he's sitting there on this second pro fight. He in there with the guy Sugar Wayne for, forget his name, dude always come to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what he was doing, cause I'm from Hillcrest, so I know what he was doing. He wasn't putting everything on everything. He just saying, "Now I'm gonna keep. Oh yeah, you want to keep? Yeah, keep going this way. Keep going this way. I just need you to keep going this way. All right, I'm gonna show it. Boom, through the hook. Then you throw a hook, cap him going this way. Then, boom, and put everything on it, walk him right into it. And it was right when the dude relaxed, thinking everything cool. Boom,
That's the scary part about it is just the fact that I didn't put. And me, like I said, I'm new as far as wearing 8-ounce gloves. So like, when you're younger, when you're an amateur, you think, all right, I got on 8-ounce gloves. I'm just gonna touch everything and knock everything out.
Mm-hmm.
First fight, I tried to do that. It didn't work out too good. I got a TKO. Second fight, that's when the knockout came. Yep. That's when I wasn't throwing. Listen, I might have threw something hard, but the shot that I knocked him out with, I didn't throw that hard at all.
It
was flush. It was perfect placement.
Like 65%, 70% on that. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going back, and then I'm fighting at Maryland Life Casino, and it's like a lot of buildup. I don't know if you've seen them barking at me, so it's like
I saw that.
It's a little personal to me. I'm like,
yeah.
I ain't never had nobody bark at me in my life before, so it's like I felt disrespected. Yeah. So I get out there and like from the beginning, I'm throwing everything hard, trying to do exactly what I did the first fight. Mm-hmm. And I just like now I think about it, I'm like, if I probably would have took my time and like did what I did the second fight, I probably would have got another knockout. Yeah, just being relaxed with it. Like I don't know, it's still stuff that I'm learning.
It's probably a maturation process. It's all part of the 4 rounders, 6 rounders, 8. It's gonna start coming to you.
The next fight, we're gonna be going 6, which I'm happy about.
Oh, already?
Yeah, 6 already.
So when is your next fight?
Like I said, we gotta
wait on the dates.
Okay, can't talk about it yet. Okay.
Yeah, make sure everything get past management. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to fight whenever.
Yeah,
I understand that this doesn't last forever. Mm-hmm. And I like I said, I definitely want to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But I don't really care about putting my body through the fire. Cause in order to live how you want to live, you got to do certain stuff that everyone else can't do. Mm-hmm. And everyone else can't keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Mm-hmm. You see some people who probably fight like 2 times, 3 times a year, and that's just what it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to give Scarboro Nation
as much as you can
the time of their life for as long as I'm boxing.
So let me ask you this. Outside of the ring, outside of training, how are you taking care of your body so you can fight at that pace?
Nesto, he helped me out a lot as far as like stuff like what to eat.
Okay.
My workouts. He been talking to me about going swimming, but
Oh Lord, he about to put you in the swimming pool.
Yeah, about to put me in the swimming pool. I'm like, yeah, I can't swim. He like, yeah, get on YouTube. I'm like, what?
To learn how to swim?
Yeah, I can't swim. Get on YouTube. You want me to get on YouTube and try to go learn? Yeah. But it's just certain workouts and stuff like that. And another thing is just being consistent. Like even after this last fight right here, I probably got a little chubby in the face, but I haven't missed a day in the gym at all since Live Casino. Whenever I haven't missed a day in the gym. Yeah. So it's always learning something new. Gary told me, Mr. Gary Russell, he told me a long time ago. He said the moment that you feel like you've learned everything is the moment you effed up.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to learn something new every day. And I always keep that with me in the back of my head.
For sure.
Well said, brother.
A lot of wisdom in this guy.
I don't be trying to preach or nothing like that.
No, but you speaking facts, man. No, you speaking facts. A lot of folks need to hear that.
You talking like a young fighter trying to get somewhere.
A lot of folks, and I wish my kids, the kids I coach, man, I need them to hear stuff like that from gentlemen like you that speak that shit that's real. Because our youth need to hear that. So if you got anything that you can talk about or you want to, give to the kids or kids from your gym, to inspire them, it's good. It's good to talk that way. It's good to preach because they need to hear it.
Yeah, and the kids in my gym, like, they talk to me, and it's weird. Cause, like, when I first came, I broke my arm. Well, I ruptured my bicep. It's different from a broken arm. When I first came back to the gym, it was like, dang, like, I felt like a new kid in school. Like, nobody didn't know who I was. Like, I'm just in there working, trying to strengthen my arm up and get back. I'm going around sparring with one hurt arm and stuff like that, trying to learn how to really reuse it all over again. And it's like, yeah, like, dang, nobody know who I am, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm just trying to be able to get my arm back to 100%. And then I'm putting in the hard work. And once you start putting in the hard work, it's like the kids, like, they gravitate to you. Yeah. All of a sudden, yeah, what's up, Frank? Yeah. What's up? And I'm like, all right, like, I see that it was at that moment I realized that I'm like a positive influence. Like in my head, it just hit me. It's like I'm a positive influence. Like I got people watching what I do now. So since that day, like I'm always trying to do the right thing. Like
For sure.
I don't want to say nothing outrageous in the gym and then have them repeating it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to slack on my workouts and cheat on my workouts. I had them repeating it, thinking they could do the same thing.
Right.
So it's like, what's that quote? They say the heavier the head that wears
Where's
the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like my head is real heavy right now. So
Well said.
My man.
Very well
My
said.
man. What are some of your, or if you had any at all, what's one of your toughest moments in boxing that you had to really push to overcome? If not your bicep.
I had a lot of tough moments. In college, one time I fought this kid named Daquan McNeil. It was like 152.
Yeah.
And pretty much his gym was throwing a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fighting from Glenville. Like, no, I keep doing that. I'm fighting in Glenville. Nobody really know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So we come down to his show, fight him at 152. And I'm only weighing like 141.
Oh, wow.
And beat him on his show. But it was tough. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a video online, but like he hitting me with everything he got.
Mm-hmm.
Like they hurt too. He 152. Like these shots is hurting me. But in the back of my mind, it's like, yeah, I'm not. Come on now, I'm not checking. My parents just drove all the way from Maryland, a 7-hour drive to come out here and see me fight. And that's the thing about me. Like I'm literally willing to die to win. And it sounds like crucial, like it sounds cruel, like it sounds like I'm faking, but I'm not. That's how I am. Like I'm willing to risk it all. Like I don't care about an injury. Like I don't care about dropping. The only thing I care about doing is winning. If I'm winning and I'm good, you can cut my face all up.
Yeah.
Do whatever. As long as I'm getting out of there with a win and I'm good. Like
These the fighters I was telling you about, where when you got a guy like that, you ain't got to keep him in the gym. You ain't got to push him. That's the one you got to pull the reins back. Protect them.
Yeah.
You got to
sure.
protect them.
That's we had it's this dude named not this dude. I'm cool with him. We talk sometimes. His name Brian Norman. I didn't know who Brian Norman was.
Yeah, I know.
Brian Norman came to the gym to spar. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm about to get some of that too. That's so pull me about. Come on, man. I guess it's because he weighed like 150 something.
Yeah.
But I'm always trying to get in there with I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not tucking my tail between my legs for nobody.
If this helps, if this helps, it's okay after a fight to take some days off, but a week off and go back in the gym and then go light. Or
have you ever left the gym for 3 days? And
yes,
only 3 days.
Oh my
and
God!
And then you try to run on the treadmill after 3 days.
Yep. Yeah,
so
that's how I
feel.
Just make sure you rest your body.
But it's like,
is it worth
it?
Yeah,
is it worth going through that pain all over again?
Yeah.
Like, I missed 3 days of squats, and now we doing squats again. And I'm sitting on my leg. Like, I'm not sitting on my butt. I'm sitting on the side of my leg. I'm over this joint hurting. But consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
Consistency. That's the biggest. Be consistent and everything gonna fall through. That's what I'm learning.
Who would you like to get some work with?
Who would I like to get some work with? The person that I would like to get work with is. I'm honestly gassing you up. I'm not gonna say no name.
No.
I'm not gonna say no name.
Right,
I was trying to make it interesting. I wasn't gonna say, but I'm not gonna say no name. I get work with everybody that I can get work with.
Right.
It's not one specific person. I've got work with Shakur before. Like I've got work with Keyshawn Davis before.
Okay.
So like those are top guys.
Yeah.
Like, even work with them, like it's different. Like it let me know like you got a long way to go to get to where you want to be at. So I guess I want to like test myself with them again.
We'll see how you
see
progress.
where I am right now.
Yeah,
That's way back when I was an amateur. Like that's before I got
so it's
hurt.
different now.
That's before I became dedicated and consistent. And I'm not gonna say I wasn't dedicated, but living in the DMV, it's a lot of distractions out here.
Yeah.
Even girls are a distraction.
Like, I'm telling you, preach on that.
Yeah, music is a distraction. Playing the game is a distraction. It's a lot of distractions out here. So sometimes you just gotta eliminate them.
No bull. Who are some of your favorite artists that you like to listen to nowadays?
Let's see. I was listening to Kodak today. I like Kodak. I like Lil Baby. I'm starting to like Nardo Wick.
Okay.
I'm starting to
He got
like
some
Nardo
shit.
Wick.
He got some shit.
I'm probably missing a whole bunch of artists. I mean, anybody can say Drake. I don't know if that's corny or not.
I don't care. Nobody say I like Drake, yo.
I like Drake
rock
too.
Drake.
Then
I rock Drake.
Yeah, I like
Drake.
it too. I listen to that.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, 21 Savage.
21. Yeah.
I said Lil Durk already.
You ain't say Dirk yet.
I ain't say Durk.
You ain't
Yeah,
say
I like
Durk yet.
Durk. I like him when he
On his
about
stuff.
it. Yeah, I don't like the singing and all of that.
Oh, you like that trapped out
Yeah,
Dirk.
I like,
Yeah.
I told you this is my joint right here.
Yeah.
So if the music got me going like that, I'm listening to it.
For sure. Real quick in the chat, we got, is Cambosis retiring? I guess
I wouldn't be surprised.
it's yet to be seen.
This is my thing about fighters retiring. What if I always said, bro, when whether you call me or I call you and say, yo, such and such just retired? What do I always say? Me and my dad, you hear my dad say it too, be like, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
How old is Cambosis?
He not that old. He in his 30s.
I think he just turned 30.
30 something. He ain't that old.
When fighters retire, I do not care. I'll be happy as hell for him. Get your money. And he done made his money.
He definitely made his
Ooh,
money.
he made his
Just
money.
forget about his whole career. Just these last 3 fights. Teofimo, Devin Haney.
Twice.
Mm-hmm. And in Australia. You could call it a career, man.
He 29. He not even 30.
He 29?
29. He coming back. If he retired, he coming back. He coming back. 100%.
I know he was 29. He look old for 29.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not violent or nothing, but I thought he was like 33.
No, I thought so too, to be honest. I thought he was older than 29. Damn. That's crazy, man.
If he retires, good for him. Go on the sunset, man. You did your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in Australia, they're going to probably make a statue of him.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Tip my hat to him, keep it moving. If he stays, I hope he sees his mistakes and corrects them.
He gotta accept the fact that Devin Haney is a good fighter.
Right.
You just gotta accept that.
He's a better man.
Yeah, he's a better man.
It's just some guys.
Get out there and fight somebody else. Go fight whoever.
It's a lot of guys. I like to see him in like
fight Teofimo again. That'd be a nice fight. I'll watch that again.
Him and Lomachenko will probably be a decent fight. Who else?
But Devin Haney he got his number.
Yeah, just something like you said. Some guys you just can't beat.
Whoop.
Can't whoop everybody.
It's just what it is. It's just some guys, man, you can't lick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it be. I done seen it all my life I was mentioned before you walked in, Shane Mosley with tall fighters. His first 4 losses were Vernon Forrest 2 times and Winky Wright 2 times. Just some guys you can't whoop. And he got Oscar number.
Who?
Shane.
Oh, I think I missed that fight. I'm gonna have to look at that one again.
Yeah.
Watch the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
First fight. It's Marquez with Pacquiao. For some, he gave Pacquiao fits. You know, Frazier with Ali. Greg Haugen and Hector Camacho. Chapo Rosario against Hector Camacho. He could not get Chapo Rosario under control. It's just some guys, man. It's just, man, I can't get this some bitch.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really accept it till when your career over. Because he's like, no, I could get this Bama. I could get him. I know I could get this Bama. But, and then the money looks good, but it's at the same time, it's like, man, I can't get this sucker, man. For some reason, it's something about this dude, and I can't figure it out. And that's fine.
Everybody got their kryptonite.
Everybody. It's just what it is, man.
Except Floyd.
Hey, Miss Chapman, she said, I tell my husband and son that every time I beat them in basketball, it's just some people you can't beat.
Oh,
hell
my
no.
goodness.
Don't let me find out, y'all. Don't let me find out. Hell no. Hey, El Paso Rule 1, he said Drake still fired, no BS. And then Martha Lucero, she said, what's going on with Tank? Is he still with PBC or just Showtime?
We'll find out in due time.
Yeah, when they announce it, like, for sure.
We'll have no other choice
we'll
but
have
to
to
talk
tell y'all,
about it.
because I don't like talking about stuff that ain't been put out public yet, so Y'all will figure that out when the time comes.
That's the thing. That's the thing about being a pro. Like I feel like I hear a lot of stuff that like goes on behind the scenes.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
that I didn't before.
Right.
Oh
right,
yeah,
right.
and you just turned a pro. Oh,
Yeah.
you ain't
It's-
seen
yeah.
shit.
It's coming,
Oh
man.
God.
I be trying not to pay attention to it though. Like I
Right.
just be trying to like mind my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry
Right.
about what
Yeah,
y'all
there
doing
you
over
you mind
there.
your business, but you hear it like, what the?
Right.
Oh, let me
That's
go back to
wild.
hitting the
Yeah,
bag.
right.
Like,
Mm.
God dang.
That's crazy.
Right. Did you hear any stuff leading up to your fight? Because it was supposed to be a tough fight. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a couple people like, yo, he got a tough fight. He might lose this fight. Did you hear any chirping about what was going on before it happened?
Yeah, I heard some shit like, yeah, you fighting so so. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care. Like I'm trained to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I got to get my experience in and stuff right now, but I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to
Yeah,
take
like
off.
you there
I'm
to
ready
do a
run.
job.
So no matter who you put in front of me, like, even if they better than me, they won't be better than me the night of the fight. I know that I'm leaving with a win.
Indeed.
Regardless, whatever it takes, I'm leaving with a win.
Mhm.
Great mindset.
For sure, man. For sure. I mean, we've had you in here for a little bit. Before we let you go, you like Kodak, you like Dirt. So we got a pair of Kenichi Bear HYBERNATION 5 headphones to give you.
Oh yeah.
So you can go ahead. You can go ahead and play that
Yeah,
Dirt.
these look, I think this. Oh,
My man.
Besides, he was bringing this.
Yeah,
I
my
ain't saying that
bad.
because I
I had
actually
to
wanted
check it
that
out.
to happen.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I got you.
It's all good,
dang,
bro.
my bad. Look, I'm in here messing stuff up.
I ain't saying that.
Hey,
'Cause
look,
I wanted to see it happen.
I be eating food, dropping food all over my shirt and stuff. I gotta eat with a hoodie or.
Yeah,
I've been
man.
eyeballing these joints.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been eyeballing these. I'm gonna try to take a picture in them.
No bullshit.
Might have to play the game, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got my Call of Duty downloading right,
Right.
now.
Exactly. So hopefully by the time you get back
it's
home,
in
you know what I
there
mean?
and everything, man.
Oh,
We
yeah.
to the game and all that, bro.
Thank you.
Mhm. Some slipping
Hold on,
counter from
wait.
Kenichi
I don't even know
Bear.
what camera.
You
gotta-
What is this
Either
camera?
one.
Yeah.
All right, look. I appreciate you for sure.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you a 10 out of 10 on the reviews as soon as I figure out how to do it.
Oh,
Indeed,
boy.
man. Indeed.
It's definitely nice
Yeah.
meeting y'all in person.
Yeah.
For sure. Anytime. I'm cool. Like I'm down to earth.
Yeah,
you know what
man,
I
for
mean?
sure,
Like,
for
I don't know
sure.
what a lot of people think about me behind the scenes. Like,
Don't matter.
if people be like, "Oh yeah, he
Don't
he
even matter,
faking."
bro.
Like,
It don't even
I'm
matter,
down
bro.
to earth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
glad we
just-
got a chance to meet you too. You're a real cool guy, man.
Thank you, I appreciate
it's
it.
scary because it's like fighters, y'all be so cool, but then when y'all get in the ring, it's a different person. Like you a killer in that ring, man.
Oh yeah, I seen my face like I was watching the fight again.
Yeah,
And it was just like
it's a different
I'm like
person.
locked in.
Yeah.
Didn't even look like myself.
Right. So y'all gotta chill out here on these streets talking crazy people because you never know. A cool guy, you know, smooth guy, you run into a smooth guy and you be in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? But man, we
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through the show, man,
Nah,
for sure.
And one more thing, so Nesto don't get mad at me. He
Mhm.
say you trying to get some of these.
All right, y'all.
So y'all gonna have to set that up with Nesto.
No problemo, tío.
Nesto, you heard me.
Yeah.
No problemo, tío.
Indeed.
But I appreciate y'all for having me for sure.
Uh-huh.
Anytime.
Indeed,
Next
man.
time I'm gonna have to pull up with the tuxedo on.
Oh, for sure. No boy, he funny as hell.
Oh,
He the whole
yo,
crew.
he's crazy.
Hey, man, let's cut to a quick commercial break. This is Francois Scarboro Jr., you guys.
I was born for this. Always know I was the one, didn't know when my time was gonna come. Born for this. Gotta be the voice for the youth, won't stop.
And I can keep the bass on, right? And I can stay even when I'm on the game. Oh, that.
Before we drift any deeper, baby, now hold me close. Are you still using these to play games? Or these to listen to music? What if I told you these are gaming headphones? And you can use these to listen to music. So get rid of these two. And get the new HYBERNATION 5s by Kenichi. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter. Color RGB and extreme bass mode.
I was born for this. Always know I was the one, didn't know when my time was gonna come. Born for this. Gotta be the voice for the youth, won't stop.
And I can keep this, I can keep the bass on, right? And I can stay on even when I'm on the game. Oh, that.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the show, man. That was our guy, Francois Scarboro Jr., fighting out of the
Frankie,
DMV.
franchise.
Talented. I'm telling y'all, man, that dude is talented, man. And he's so humble and cool. You don't even know you dealing with a killer when you sitting across from him, man. So if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all tap into his Instagram. Keep up with and follow his career. He's gonna be next up for sure. But in the chat, we missed some comments. We got Miss Chapman with another donation. Thank you so much. Wonderful show and interview again.
Oh man, thanks, Miss Chapman.
Jewel Pegram. She said, I ordered the headphones, fellas. They fire. I didn't understand until I put them on. Yes. Yes. If you play.
Hit that switch.
You put some Jeezy on. You put some Ace on. Some Kodak. Some Dirt. Anything that got some bass. Yes. Indeed. El Paso Route 1. He said, Cambosis versus winner of tomorrow night's fight. JoJo versus Zepeda. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Cambosis versus JoJo is a good fight.
Yeah.
That's a real good fight.
Yeah. Because then that fight is who's gonna still be there from round 7 through 12, because JoJo has had a history of not being consistent late. Then it's like, and then Cambosis had a thing of starting too slow. Right. So it's like a little
They both had issues making weight. So
damn.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, but it plays a factor. Do it not play a factor?
Yeah.
Do not play. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not going. Hey, yo, I'm keeping it square biz around here. Hey, Susan Bixby, she says, second time here. What's up, fellas? What's up, Susan? Thank you for tuning into the show. We appreciate you.
Oh, man.
Roger Caldwell, he said, I think Bud makes some funny moves out of my tax bracket. So maybe that's why I don't understand. Hey, bro. Yes.
Makes funny moves?
I'm talking about the tax bracket part. What they doing is way out my tax bracket.
Yeah.
I don't understand it until I get there.
That 1099 tax bracket different.
We got Joelle BK. He said, I'm sorry, I need a shirt and hoodie. When y'all doing them?
Producer.
We need slip and counter shirts and hoodies like today.
Oh,
we
man.
need slip and counter gear like today.
Hey, and we need BINK hoodies.
Yo,
And we need to do
I'm
the
slacking
white.
too.
We need the white one of that joint. Then we need to do a different color joint. All that.
Right. I need to get on.
I'm slipping too because I'm supposed to be helping you with it.
Yo,
Dang.
we all slipping. Yo, we all slipping. We all slipping. We got Miss Chapman in the chat. She said, if you guys could interview any boxer, who would it be? For me, I would love to talk to Canelo. And I want to talk to Mike Tyson. I would love to sit down here and talk with Mike Tyson and just pick his brain, let him just kick that knowledge and that rawness to us. I'd love to sit across from him and just feel his energy because he's such a vibrant soul. And it's just so raw. I would just love to just pick and just talk to him and see what I could get from him. How about you?
That list goes long for me.
Yeah, it's a long list. Yeah, for sure.
Tyson or even though I've talked with my dad, but to do it on this level.
Oh, have your dad across? Wow. Yeah.
Man, all the stuff he done seen in the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, and then have Sugar Ray sitting beside it because they train together and they bounce stories back and forth. James Baker, because how illustrious his career was, like through the amateurs to the pros, top prospect, all that stuff. You know, him and Rashid Heyman, the Heyman brothers.
Right.
I would say, I know everybody expected me to say Mr. Too Sweet, Daryl Coley.
Right.
Because, I train well, but I kind of know just about everything, but it'd be a pretty good candidate. But Ty Barnett, growing up in the gym with him, everything he's dealt with in his career, I love to sit with Ty Barnett. Mr. Lamont, we still got to get him in here. Mr. Lamont Anthony, so a lot of the guys I mentioned is hometown guys. Shemuel Pygon, him, as from New York. Those guys, I love to get him in here. So that'd be, so the list. Yeah, I think who y'all talking to here. This list could go on
forever,
and on with me.
Forever.
So,
and let me say Tank too, because I like this new version of Tank and how he presents himself.
Growing up.
A lot more mature now, and he does well with interviews. Now he wants to talk and answer tough questions.
He always wanted to. He always wanted to. It was Floyd sitting in cutting in the interviews and stuff.
That is
like
true. That is true. But I'm saying, he may have wanted to, but he's actually doing it now. He's able to do it now. So I think it'd be a good opportunity to get Tank in here. And who else maybe would I love to get in here? Shakur. I want to get Shakur in here. And who else? The list just goes forever, man. Forever. That's a very good question, and we need to write some of these names down and start contacting these guys and see if we can get them in here.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's so many fighters, and the worst part is some of these fighters I've already know candid stuff about them. To the point where, of course, people be calling me trying to get quotes on that stuff, and I'm like, nah, I ain't speaking on that. I ain't speaking on the fighter, but it's so many fighters, man. I think, honestly, if I sat there with Mike Tyson, that would have to be an all-day thing because I wouldn't want to just do that for an hour. I wouldn't want to just do that for 3 hours. I would really want to have the whole day to break down so many things in and out of the square.
He'd have been through so much, man.
Like, I really would, because I don't think he's really done an interview with somebody who knows the fight game or been in it, who could relate to some of the stuff.
I think he did with Paulie Malignaggi.
That was the coach. Yep, Paulie Malignaggi. And that's about it. If he talks, because the way I'm looking at it is, if he talked that way, that candidly with people who didn't know boxing, he's explaining it to them. Imagine if he's in it with people who actually know the sport, can relate to it, or been at a certain level, like you, who been at a high level, seen this, seen that, and then me in the sport, seeing this, seeing that. I think he'll be even more after an hour, opening up more. It's like, oh, so and then relating, oh, so that guy too. So like Dave Jacobs was in his corner a couple times. Like the Peter McNeely fight, you could see Dave Jacobs on this side. So it's like that would be a huge deal for me. But I think that's coming. I think that's coming because the route that BINK and our producers pulled me in and put me on with, saying, they pulled me. It was BINK. I always make sure I put that out there. It was BINK who pulled me. This guy. And the producers who then pulled, like, all right, we're gonna put y'all in this lane right here. And I saw this quote. It's this guy, he does all these motivational quotes or whatever, from Florida. He said, you think the typical people that's gonna help you is gonna help you, and it might be something that you might have reservations about, but it's gonna be a person who's gonna be watching you from the side that you know, but you kind of don't know, that's just gonna say they just want to help that guy because they see something in you and it's gonna surprise you.
Right.
And but everything that the lane that you put me in to follow behind y'all, I think that's coming. In due time.
Miss Chapman in the chat, she just said you never know who's watching. So
yep, that's the story of my life. Lord.
You really never know.
God.
Like all of this, you never know. Like I was about to go to sleep and you hit me and was like, yo, like we got this opportunity. Would you want to do it? Hell yeah. This what we've been working for.
Night.
This what we've been working for. I was doing interviews on my Instagram Live. And before that, I was in my kitchen before I even met you, doing terrible. I feel so bad. Mr. Trout, we got to run that interview back, man, because I was in my kitchen with Austin Trout doing an interview on Instagram Live. And I was so nervous. I'm like, yo, I got Austin Trout about to come on my Instagram. So I'm like, oh, shit. And like, I couldn't get to talk, and it took me a while. I was like,
wait till I call Mr. Trout. Wait till I talk to Mr. Trout.
I said, now let's get to some boxing. But my heart was like, do. So I didn't want to ask him anything that was wrong. I didn't want to offend him.
Oh. If he wouldn't have mind, because he be, man, I done talked to him a few times. He be like, you wouldn't think that because of how he come up, man. That man, he'll let it out, or he'll let it go.
He did, because I asked him about the Canelo fight, and his face kind of went. But then when I told him, I said, you one of my dad's favorite fighters, and he always said you beat Canelo. And I saw like his temperament kind of go back, and he's like, man, I really respect that. Like,
that's what my dad said. When I told him the same, I said, man, my dad always loved how much of a professional.
Right.
He like that really sat well with him.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick,
dude,
before what did he tell you about Cinnamon?
Oh man, I got to go back to that interview. It's on my Instagram. He kept it real. He said he got hit with some shots.
Of course,
like he felt his power, but he said he felt like he was in that fight. He felt like he won that fight.
Yes,
100%.
He ain't mentioned nothing else, just the fight.
I got to go back. Your memory way better than mine. You can pull conversations out verbatim. I got to go back and rewatch stuff. But he definitely touched on how he thought he won the fight. It was a close fight. He felt some power, but he touched on the things he did well and how he could beat him again if they did run it back. Yeah.
But it was me and him had a very candid, deep conversation in private.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't an interview, it was in private. And boy, he just opened my eyes to certain things that really I picked up on and started to pick up on later. Because me and you talked about it a little bit. I was like, yo, this is what's going on. Like
he talked about that, the outside of the ring stuff that happened.
Yes.
Yeah, he talked about that.
Okay, cool. So I could go over that.
Yeah.
So since he's already done said it publicly, I could say I had a conversation with him and I said, Mr. Charles Oakley, because he thought I came to a tournament. So he was looking at him, and this other girl was looking for, I think she's about to turn pro. She should, out of Albuquerque. And I didn't go. I didn't feel well. So I had met him because he had just started training at Headbangers.
Mm-hmm.
So he was at Rosecroft, and I still got the pictures. Me, him, the Fox boys, chilling with him, talking and whatever. So I was on Instagram, and I said, Mr. Trout, me and him just talking. He was checking on me, actually. And I said, hey, Mr. Trout, we get to talk. I said, hey, it's all right if I ask you something, and you could tell me, Silk, mind your damn business, and I won't ask you again. And if you do talk about it, I'll delete this whole Instagram thread. Mm-hmm. He said, shoot. And I asked him, I said, do you think he cheated you? And then I just see the little dots that pop up. And I'm like, oh shit, he ain't about to say, because them dots were there for a brick. And I'm like, oh Lord. And then it stops and it comes back. I'm like, all right, Silk, mind your damn business, keep it moving. But he said, man, I knew, man, especially how big his damn head got and his chest got. Nah, man, something wasn't right. And I tried I'm the champ. And he coming to take my title, and I'm trying to get the right test. And they said, no. I think he said he wanted VADA, and they wanted USADA or something like that. And he said, they said, no, we can't get VADA in here. It's too late for them to come. So as soon as he got out of the press conference and got to his hotel room, I think he said he called them immediately. They said, oh no, we'll send somebody they'll be there tomorrow morning.
Right.
And they flew out, and they were pissed at him they did that. So the fight's over. He has his wraps off, Still got his trunks on, boots on. He's in the room getting his blood drawn. So I think the way he explained it, like you could still see out in the hallway.
Right.
So he turns as he's getting his blood drawn. He goes, make sure that MF gets his blood drawn. Make sure that MF gets tested.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's walking, he's saying, why are you looking at me like that? Like you about to beat me with the... Man, my producer done got it in for me, yo. Anyways, but he said, y'all make sure he tests his stuff. Y'all make sure he... And they were walking out, and he had a sling on. Cinnamon had a sling. And Oscar and them, Richard Shaver, and you saw the test and whatever. They're walking, and they just had vials in their hand with nothing in, empty vials, urine vials and blood vials, nothing in them. And they said, oh, he has to go to the emergency room, his arm, and took him to the hospital. And nothing else was said about it. Mm-hmm. And that never sat right with him. And then if he didn't speak too much on it up until that point, because when me and him are having this conversation, that's when he got caught with the clenbuterol. And he asked me, he said, aren't you in med school? I said, yes, sir. He said, so do you know this drug? I said, well, I learned about it. I said, yes, clenbuterol does this, and this. Right. If it's used in high volume, it does this, and this. And, because of his past of weight issues and maybe stamina issues, it depending on this dosage, you could do this, whatever. And his whole, like, you know how you read something and you could kind of feel the person's emotion through the reading, like that. And so, I don't care what nobody say. That Trout fight, he gave Cinnamon all he want. If he doesn't get caught with that flash knockdown, what's the score? Do you make it a draw? At the worst, if it was, I think the knockdown is what made them have to give it to Canelo.
That's what it was.
If there's no knockdown, the worst you can do to Trout, to Mr. Austin, is give him a draw. That's the worst you can do.
Exactly. My dad, to this day, he always referenced that fight. He said, "No, Austin was him." He said, "Austin beat Canelo." He be like, "No, yo,
look
Trout
at them
beat
late
Canelo."
Fight. Yeah,
yo,
look at them late rounds. Look at them late rounds. Look at when he had when he had Cinnamon on the ropes and he was dropping that. He knew, man, bumped his headshot. I'm going right to this. I'm stabbing him, and you could see it taking the gas tank down little by little. And I'm like, man, he had power locks on that night. Yeah. Imagine if he had on horse heads. And as he's breaking, he's shooting these shots, I'm thinking in my mind, yo, he's starting to make this boy. He's not letting Canelo get that second win. And this fight, what made it different was he came forward. See, if you look at the Laura fight, I feel Laura beat Cinnamon. But my father's always taught me this. Old great trainers have always taught me this. You cannot fight the champ or fight a high-profile fight and go backwards all night. You just can't do it. Because they're going to think you run. At a certain point, you got to stand there and work. And the only person the reason why that whole dynamic changed was because of Mr. Ray when he fought Hagler. Right. He was the first guy that fought for the title and did it from going on the outside mostly. But it was at certain points, he was right here with Marvin. Right. But he would get out of there, but he wouldn't stay there. But the whole mind frame, especially back then, was you had to beat the champ really, really bad, like real bad, or knock him out to get the title. If you didn't win. That's my thing with Laura. Like, I mean, he outboxed. He boxed circles. He boxed circles, but it was like he didn't do no work for real. He didn't do no work. He peppered him, but he didn't sit on that. He peppered him, but he didn't sit on nothing. He was always on his bike. Woo, woo. Woo. And for him, that was what he wanted. He wanted to frustrate him, make him look stupid. Frustrate him, but it looked like he was running around the ring like when Rigondeaux fought Casemiro. Doing laps. Like, man, looked like NASCAR. I'm like, yo, like, at some point, I mean, yeah, but at some point, look at the judges ain't scoring that. You know what I'm saying? So, Laura was definitely a tough fight for Canelo. A tough fight. But I definitely, because of that, I gave Canelo the edge. Yeah, and I understand why. I can't get mad at nobody when they say that, though. But with Mr. Trout changed the dance, and he worked the dance, changed the dance. He was pushing himself when he got tired. You can't. It was hard for me. And then under that pressure and that atmosphere, where they fought at, I think they fought where Chavez and Purnell for that. I think it
I
was
forget
like
now.
almost close to 100,000 in there, and
Mhm.
they work. And I mean, that's a lot of pressure because you like, man, if I beat Canelo, I don't know if me and my family gonna make it out of it.
Right.
Like
Nah,
it's
for
that
real.
type of party. So that's why Mr. Trout always got my respect because of how he showed up that night. You
Mhm.
know, so but people. That's the stuff I be talking about. Like that stuff that going with the fight. Like me and you was talking last night. I was like, it's so many different topics that could dive in. Does the side deals, step aside money, B-side guys that really are good fighters, but they choose to sit there and take certain fights a certain way. It's so much boxers' wives, boxing families, the stuff that they go through, things like that, and come accustomed to. I definitely come from that. God, it like what comes with it, you know. So it's crazy. Wow, even right now in the street, people be like, "Wow, you grew up in a boxing family?" Like, tell us that random people just walk up to me and they'll, "Hey, you're that kid or whatever," and I'll say hi, whatever, and we'll talk, and they literally will be like, "Wow, you grew up in a boxing family?" I can't imagine that.
Right.
Like how brutal that could be, or well, living that type of lifestyle, and then someone's hurt and sore and recovering in your household and all this other. Hey, it is what it is. That's the family business. Keep it moving.
No bull.
It's just what it is.
Hey, in the chat, real quick, we got Juan Matthews. He said the 135 belts are cursed has been broken. I think he's trying to say the curse of Brosa
Because
because
Devin
Devin just
won.
defended the titles, back to back. So, well, he defended the titles once, not back to back yet. But yeah, that curse is broken. Bruce Hope. Devin got more fans in Australia than Kambosos. Bring on Lomo. Okay, Lomachenko versus Devin. I mean, Loma versus anybody, Devin versus anybody in that division is going to be a good fight. But them two together, I think that's a good fight. I think we talked about that last episode.
Yep, we already touched on that.
The Matrix, Loma, his angles, how he creates the movement and everything, and then Devin with that pinpoint jab, distance control. Who wins that battle?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because
saying?
I always tell people, even when I'm working with younger fighters in the gym, like this little guy named Shane, nice, remind me of Junior Jones. I always tell people, don't worry. Even though I'm not shooting myself as fast as I can, because some of them are green and still learning. I just be the heavy bag. I just make them have to shoot at a moving target.
Right.
And I work on my defense. I'm telling them, anybody you get in there that's faster than you, don't be afraid to work your jab. Because you could be scared to work because you're worrying about getting countered over top. Because like, man, if I don't get it back fast enough, how fast he is, oh my God, But put a commanding jab out, you'll be fine.
Right.
And with Devin and how fast Loma feet is, if he shoots his jab anything like he's been doing his whole career and these last two fights, it could, no matter what movement Loma does, I won't say it will nullify, but it will definitely make it more difficult for him to get to the positions he wants to go. Because soon as he shoots or whatever, and he's pumping it, that one time when he finally gets where he wants to go, Devin's going to say, oh, hell, now lock him up, or he's going to dart off to the left side and get to the, or right side, won't and gone.
Right.
That's going to be the story. Who wins that?
It's a great fight. That's a great fight. I can't pick it yet. I need to sit down and really watch more film and really sit down and just talk about it in my mind to myself. That's what I do. Like, what if this happened? What about this? Then I come on here and tell y'all how I feel about that fight. But that is a fight I would love to see. Carlene K in the chat. She said, y'all should go live for the fights so we don't have to listen to them commentators. Ooh.
Man, I've been hearing people say that. I've been watching the comments since you started. People been putting that.
Yeah, because they be on there capping for the guys that they want to win.
That's signs to the... And I never used to believe my father with that mess. I never used to believe him. Like, when we used to watch HBO and stuff, it was like, no, they really do be doing that stuff for the dudes that signed to the network.
Right. But I respect Andre Wood the most. He seems to keep it a buck the most. Tim Bradley does too. He may say some outlandish stuff sometimes, but he do be keeping it a buck for the most part. And he ain't afraid to go against the grain against the other guys that have the popular opinion.
Skill set wise, I think he keeps it a buck. But when it comes to certain guys that signed to it, he is a company man when it comes to that.
Okay, yeah.
Not saying I don't respect Tim Bradley because I remember being a baby and he was in the amateurs and man, I was scared of that dude. Like he because the way he would walk around, like little muscle head, like he looked pissed all day.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, yo, this dude's. And I remember when he turned pro fighting on Showbox, and I remember the Mexican style trunks he always used to wear when he first turned pro, going up on Showbox. But and then the Ruslan Provodnikov fight, so many great fights he fought. Hell yeah, I respect him. Just I feel like when he's with ESPN, he's been with Top Rank all his boxing life, pro life, damn near. Like, so it's like, okay, some of the stuff he's like Jerry the King Lawler on WWF when we was kids.
Yeah.
Like, he just over eccentric for whoever. Yeah, it's like that. It's like good and bad.
Right.
It's like, I get it. You want to make sure people understand that, wow, look at this kid. Appreciate his talent. But at the same time, it's like some of the stuff is going outlandish.
Right.
Like, what he be saying sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, it's entertainment at the end of the day. And then, hey, that's what we grinding for, honestly, to get on that level where we can be commentators or, like, I would love to sit ringside and just break down boxing and call it punch for punch.
Hell yeah, put on our 3-piece suit, put on our 2-piece suits and get the moving.
Y'all think I'm playing in this BINK? Boy, don't let me get no suit. It's over with.
Man, what?
Don't let me get
Me
no
and you
suit,
already talked about going suit shopping together. What is they talking about?
It's over with.
And like, and to Tim Bradley thing, one more thing about Tim Bradley is like, he don't really keep it a buck until them dudes start losing or really looking bad for consistent fights. Look at Edgar Berlanga. First, he was still talking all this good stuff about Edgar. Soon as Edgar started looking bad for the second and third straight fight, then he started saying this, that, and the third in between rounds about Edgar.
Right.
Then he's, and other fighters.
Right.
He didn't do that beforehand. It's like, okay, up until you started showing, he'll throw little hints out while you're moving up the ladder. Like, I just like to see him do this.
Right.
But then he does that, But when it comes to these commentators, man, it's not enough FUBUs out here. It's not enough for us, by us, when it comes to the fight game. It's just really not. And mostly, you could tell the people who come from putting their bodies on the line or lives on the line in a sport, because you could just tell by their demeanor how they talk about the sport, how they are. They not over eccentric in a sense with having a point across or jock riding a particular fighter. And I think also what helped was different situations. They see that we going, even if it's people that we close to, we friends, we gonna say, yeah, you lost that round, bro. Oh, now you look good, but I feel like he edged it out on it. We keep it a buck. Like, we going to, you got these guys who commentate. Because let's be real, if me and BINK was to commentate, BINK has to take the lead. I can't do it. I have to be the color guy. I can't do what he do. So, but point being is, if we was to do that, these commentators out here, 9 times out of 10, they either get a fighter who used to be a fighter who isn't that charismatic, who just a little someone punchy, it don't sound good when they on there. A trainer or whatever. Let's just be real. It ain't been dope since HBO. Let's just call it what it is. The commentating ain't been dope since HBO with Roy Jones and Emmanuel Stewart. Yeah, all right, I'm tired of sugarcoating it. Rest in peace to the great Manny Stewart. It ain't been the comment, and they used to try to act like Manny. They used to try to act like Mr. Manny didn't know what he was looking at.
Right.
They used to try to make it look like Mr. Manny Stewart would sit there and just go. You'll hear him go. All right, and then, oh Lord, and you hear with that, oh Lord, and then but and Roy Jones and Bernard, they act like, and that's why Roy would get on there and say, oh, why would you say that, Roy? Because if you grow up in this world, you know boxing, then you know why I just said what I just said. This is such and such and such and such. He would like really go in and say stuff.
That shit. Roy used to kick it.
Man, so, and if people feel like me and you could do that, even if it's from this studio, we could do that. And if it's a fight,
and just cover the fight live.
Like,
definitely do that one weekend.
Put something on one of these joints or in our living room right there. Like, go put on the PBC joint. Start off with one of the PBCs or the ESPN joints, and we do it.
I'd love to do that, man. If that's what y'all want,
and
fans want it, we can give it to y'all, man.
We appreciate y'all even feeling that way about it. Like, all right, man, we got another avenue, another step forward. We need to move on. Sure. So, but we still got a little bit more time. So let's see. I personally, what is it that y'all want to ask me and BINK that y'all don't know about the fight game that you want to know? And I mean the nitty gritty about what, I don't care if it's step aside money. I don't care if it's stuff that happens in training camps, B-side fighters, local fighters, prospects, protecting fighters, whatever. Shoot it. I don't care. Like, cause I'm gonna keep it all the way top. I'm gonna keep it all the way square biz for you. What I do?
The square biz. That's gonna be
Oh,
killer.
square biz.
I keep thinking about the song.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it square biz for you. And that's one of the things I always liked about Frankie coming in here, because he one of them prospects that you want to have, that you got to keep his ass out the gym. You got to keep him, protecting him, because you don't want nothing bad. Like, you want to make sure you put him in the right fights at the right time, because he's going to say, I don't care, I'll fight him. Like, you got to protect. You want a guy like that, but you also know you have to do extra work to protect him.
Right, to reel him back in.
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed.
It's that clip going around of Andre Ward talking to a bunch of young fighters. He's like, if you ain't got the problem where your coach got to pull you out the gym, or he's begging you to do your road work, he's begging you to do this, he's begging you to do that, he said, you don't want this hard enough. This ain't the sport for you.
This is not the sport
he said, your coach should be dragging your ass out the gym, saying, you going to overtrain. Need you to come out the gym. He seemed like that kind of guy that, you know, he wants that work.
Man, I done seen so many guys from this area, from since I was a little kid, like through the amateurs, through the pros, like great fighters that train they butts off, and then someone else that didn't train as hard or didn't love the sport as much get better look than them. And it hurts to watch that sometimes. But it's so many guys I done seen, man, that they are trained and they get enamored with they look. They get enamored with what's going on with, with they look like a superstar locally type of thing. And they wind up not training. I remember my father telling one dude, man, you sure you want to do Man, you sure you want to do this, man? Because your mama can't. He kept looking at his mother, He said, man, your mother can't save you when you get in there, right? And the kid didn't know you could die in there. He didn't know. It's like 16. I think the kid was like 16 or something like that. And he's like, man, do you know you could die? Huh? Like, yeah, man. You sure you want to do this? Because I'm not going to babysit you. Because I ain't gonna sit there, but I shouldn't have to tell you do your road work. That come with it. I shouldn't have to, you need to do your road when you come to the gym and watch it. I'm not watching you, man. You should already have that done before you walk in here. And I was like, damn. I'm looking at him like, damn. Like, because some of these dudes don't be getting that junk. Like, I'm like, bro, do y'all not understand that it's going to show up on fight night? When you don't do what you're supposed to do, it's gonna show up
100%.
all fight night.
100%, man. That's in everything you do in life, man. If you ain't doing your homework and you go to take that test, it's gonna show up. If you ain't study, it's gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't raising your kids right, and then they behind that, them steel bars, it's gonna show up. I mean, it's rules and laws to this shit that we doing, man. We all live in life, and there's rules to this shit, and it applies to everything. That's why I love sports, because it's like we teaching these kids at a young age how to be accountable and be represent who you are. Your last name should be everything to you. Representation and accountability, man, it's everything. So
yeah,
I mean, you right on point with that. You right on point. I got to preach in my bad, yo. Damn, but for real though, I mean, that's real shit though. You know what I mean?
Man, that's what we got in the chat.
What we got? Oh, Carolyn Benoit. She said, I'm going to be in the house. I wish we had another full day of boxing. We do tomorrow. Tomorrow all day.
All day.
Marianne Hayden. Who's streaming and who buying? I'm not buying nothing till I get the Spence fight.
Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Hey,
I
yo.
really don't. Yup, I said it. Damn it, I don't blame her for that.
I mean, I'm still. Are you buying? You gonna buy the Crawford fight?
At this point, I'm up on the fence about it. At first, it was hell yeah. Now I'm on the fence. I'm about to be tapped out in another year, bro.
Yeah, I'm up on that. I mean, I want to support, black business too. Black Prime, it ain't Showtime or HBO or none of that. It's Black Prime, so I want to buy it for that reason, and because it's Crawford. I'm kind of blown because it's like, it should be Crawford Spence, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see December 10th if I'm about it or not. Or I might go to one of my friends' house and watch it at their house.
Let's touch on that, the Black Prime thing. But first, before I touch on that, before me and BINK go in on that, because I want to know BINK's opinion too. Any questions in that chat before I go in on this?
Yeah, say, Miss Chapman, would you want your children to be boxers?
No. Hell no. And I don't want my nephews fighting. No. No. And I'll tell y'all why. My father did. People always talk about how talented I am or was or whatever, probably whatever as a kid. My father did not want me doing this at all. And he knew, my mother told me, oh, he saw it. He knew what you had at a young age. And then I remember being in Daryl Coley's training camp, and I'm doing everything the pros do. I'm hitting the bag, or something like 19 years old. Ty Barnett's like 15. Getting ready for the Mayor's Cup. And Dad's getting dressed because we about to go get my mom from the subway. And I hear, forget the guy's name. He always wore blue gloves. He had bricks in his gloves. He said, man, when you telling my dad I'm hitting the bag and I can hear them behind me, but the stereo's loud, so they think I can't hear them. Man, you gonna let him fight? You gonna let him, man, boy? And Tom Brown, man, the grandson, you need to fight. I'll give you a cookie. They ain't fighting. Dad doing this. You know that look, hey, no. And my dad said, nah, man, he ain't fighting. I hear him talking to the other fighter. Nah, man, he ain't fighting, man. He ain't fighting, man. Yeah, he gonna go to school. He gonna be better than me. He's doing the acting. He ain't doing that, man. He ain't doing that. And because I talked with Hakeem Rockman Jr. We had an interview together after his fight, and we was like, because your father think about the shots he took and the hard work he did. He think he don't want his son taking them shots or running in the cold and all that stuff. That's where it comes from. Like, I just want you to be able to defend yourself, keep it moving, do something else. And you got guys, man, that do this sport. And I noticed this. If you got a dad that push their kids to like really, really fight a lot, and they didn't put their bodies on the line or nothing, 9 times out of 10, they either was some trash or they never boxed before.
They trying to live their dream through their child.
There you go.
Because it happens in football too. The football dads all the damn time. I see it every practice, every year. Same shit.
And it's like, to me, it's when you do that, like, people don't understand, like, I remember one of the kids was like, they were talking to me and a few other fighters. They said, you know, you guys had dads who fought, would you let your kids fight? All of us in unison said no. Hell no. One had to catch himself from cursing. He was about to, no. He was so, like, not with it. And he said, even if his talent is this, that, and the third, and he said, nah, I don't want them in this. Like, the punishment that comes with this is unforgiving. And there's no guarantee. None. Only one is that you're going to have some days taken off your life doing this work. That's just it. That's the only 100% guarantee. You will have some days taken off your life doing this sport. And you do this, and people don't understand that part. They be like, oh, why don't you want your son to fight, whatever? Like, y'all just want to be able to brag that your son can fight. You don't know nothing. You don't really want to do y'all not understand what goes on in there? Like, you just want to be able to brag. Like, I've seen that with parents. They just want to be able to brag that, yeah, look at, they be press as hell to take that phone out. Yeah, look at, and then go to the daggone family picnic and show it. Him looking like some shit on the heavy bag. Look, girl, he training, girl. Look at that.
I definitely see your point.
Get the fuck out of here,
I definitely see your point. For me, I want my sons to do anything that's going to challenge them to the absolute max in life. Yeah. Whether it's boxing, football, joining the military. I want them to do something that's going to challenge them and make them better men, stronger men at the end of the day. Like, my son, he just told me, Matt, the other day, he said he want to go back to the boxing gym. I'm not pushing him into boxing. I don't push him. Like, he's choosing.
That's my point.
He said, Dad, I want to go back to the boxing gym. My other son, he 1.5, and he be shadow boxing. He be foot fighting and everything.
He was right there before with me. Yeah.
It's just something that's natural, so I'm not going to push them to it. But if they grow into it and say, Dad, I want to go check out the gym, I got the connections. I'll take you to the gym, and I know a lot of people that can put them in the right hands. Yeah, that they'll be trained correctly and could have longevity in this sport if it's something that they really fall in love with. If they fall in love with it, I'm not gonna be the dad that pushes them because I wanted to fight, but I was too scared to do it. So I'm gonna push my son to throw him to the wolves. That's lame to me.
Yep.
So
That's my point.
I feel what you're saying.
That's my point.
But there's so much more that comes out of doing something like boxing.
Yes, the discipline.
The discipline. You know what I'm saying? The hard days where you have to find a way. When you're back against the corner or against the ropes and you have to find a way. That stuff's relatable to life. When you down and your lights getting cut off tomorrow, but you have to find a way to keep them lights on. Or your kid across the table, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Dad. You have to find a way to feed your child. And if you've never been through nothing that's going to push you to those limits, how do you know how to navigate those emotions that's overcoming you when your child across and you're hungry as hell and you can't feed your child? That's why I think something like boxing, where you had to go through hard, tough things, or football, anything, any sport really, basketball hard, training camps, anything. Gymnastics is hard, it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm all for putting my kids in those environments and letting them grow as individuals. So
yeah, you know,
definitely, Miss Chapman, I would love to see my kids box if they want to do it.
But to your point is, you not gonna sit there. Oh, you want? It's like a no, and then you want to see how bad you really want this, and then you let them in. It's like that's what my dad did with me. It was so many no's, and then you add the health part on top of it. It was so many. Even though I was different, it was so many no's until all right, yeah, he won, and then he told him, you know, he won it. He want this bad. Okay, all right, we'll see. Right. We'll see how it goes. You know, we'll keep on pushing it. You know, and people don't get that, you know, get that part. You know, this sport, you sit there, you have guys out there. I was just talking about it earlier. Having their kids in there sparring, kids like in there. Okay, you want them to do 4, cool. You want maybe 6 on certain days, cool. Got these youngins out here going 10 and 12 and things like that. Hard 10 and 12. Man, nah, he need to push. He need to do that. Man, them boys tired. You not getting hit. These boys is tired, man. Like, let this boy go home. And then you wondering why he's slipping up in school. You wonder why he's not. Oh, when he gets to a certain age, he just walks away from the sport.
The burnout's real.
That burnout is real. I done seen it with certain guys. That burnout is real. Like one dude, I'm on my 3rd work. He never fought before, but he never boxed before. He just been training. He likes training boxing or whatever. Yeah, I'm going on my 3rd work or whatever. And I look at baby, you only on your 3rd workout because you ain't been doing this long. You ain't sat there, been in no 8-week camp sparring 3 times a week with 4 different dudes. You ain't done that. You ain't had most of those moments. So you giddy to go do this and keep it moving. But this sport, you go want like the damage I done seen with guys, man. Yeah. With kids and me knowing the sport and then going to school and learning that stuff too. Be like, yo, this kid's slipping a little bit. And that's a dangerous game that you play at that moment, you know. So, and then you got the wrong coaches who don't know what the hell they doing with some of these kids. And you got a good kid who listens, but they don't know that this ain't the right coach that y'all should be listening to, because they just thinking, I'm supposed to listen. I'm supposed to, yes, sir, do the work. Man, kid get ran through. Right. Ran through, man. No, I definitely feel you. You know, but
that's a great question. Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. You can go 1,000 different ways with that.
Prime, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Real quick.
What you think? And then I'm going to go. I want
about Black Prime?
Yeah, what you think of this deal? I'm happy for it, but I want to see what you think. Just in general. It could be
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even really know who is Black Prime, who's running Black Prime. I just know Blue Blood was on the live with Black Prime, so I don't know if he's the guy behind it. He's the guy giving these Chinese contracts. I don't really know much, but I mean, you know, minorities, African Americans, Black business. I'm interested in learning more and seeing what it's really about. So I can't really comment and say, oh, it's this or that. I don't know much about it. You know what I'm saying?
So what was the deal? Like $12.5 million for 3 fights for Twin. This is my thing. I remember way back when he was still with Al. He's still with Al, but I mean, like this is before the Sean Porter fight, I want to say, or right after the Sean Porter fight, I'm not sure. But basically, he was he got offered from Rock Nation 5 years, $40 million. So that's $8 million a fight. And he didn't take the deal. And the highest he's ever been paid is I think up until the Pacquiao fight was like 1.2 million or 2 million or something like that. I forget if you could look up when you get a chance, like how much did he get paid for the Pacquiao fight? But if he signed the Rock Nation deal, which was $40 million, $8 million to fight 5 years, in order to make that type of money, he would have had to basically fight pay-per-view nonstop. And each fight would have been a top fight. Because remember, at the time, he would have never fought Mr. Lamont because he was tight. But Lucas Matisse was on top of his game. Danny Garcia, who he said they were friends, but they would fight each other. He was on top of his game. Basically, 140 was packed. Sean Porter, all these guys had 140. 147.
Broner had 2.5 million.
2.5.
Yeah.
What else?
Plus a percentage of the profits. Pacquiao had 10 million plus a percentage of the profits.
That's what I thought. So I'll defend myself. But this is my thing. He didn't take that deal. And if I offer you 40 million, what are you expecting back?
Shit.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask my producer, if Kenichi, somebody offer you 40 million for 5 years, 8 million a fight, how much in profit are you expecting back? So if somebody signs you to $40 million deal for 5 years, which means you're gonna get 8 million a fight, how much profit are you expecting to get back from that fighter? If you're paying him 40 million for 5 years, 8 million a fight, how much are you expecting to get back?
You're talking about from the promoter's point of view, not from the fighter. I got you.
Yeah, from the promoter's view. Like 60 to 80, right? You ain't trying to break even on that big ass deal. So he would have had to basically fight Lucas Matisse, all them guys, pay-per-view back to back to back to back. That wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. He stays with Al, which was still smart. You know, he's still making good money. He fights the biggest payday, which to me wasn't really a payday, which was 2.5 plus profit shares. And he didn't even get 5 million. He didn't even get 4. And Pacquiao got 10 plus extra. So it's kind of like, how now he's down the line and we're hoping he snaps back, but he's getting 12.5 for 3 fights. So that's what
those 3 fights are going to be.
So what's that? 4.25, roughly 4.25 million a fight?
Right.
Something like that, roughly.
Right.
So, and we're not even talking about back end sponsorships, blah, blah, blah. We're just staying with the brass tacks here. Is Black Prime going to get back 24 million from him? Of course, remember, we're just talking brass tacks here. We're not talking about the undercard, the gate, building up the card. We're not talking about that. But we're just saying, okay, do you think he can draw back 24 million, bro?
Not this AB. I'm gonna be honest. Not this version of AB. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. I'm not gonna do it. Not this version of AB, man. I ain't hating on AB.
It's
at
just
all.
an
I'm
opinion.
just being real, dog. Like AB, prime AB, yeah. Not this AB, man. Let me touch in the chat real quick. We got a lot of comments that came in. Jason Klein, he said, "Is Tank and Ryan made yet?" Tank was on FaceTime with Ryan dad. He fighting his dad next. I wanted you to touch on the framework. What is a framework deal? We'll go back to that. El Paso Route 1, he said, "I agree with you both. I just had a son, and man, you think twice before you want to put them in combat or contact sports." And yeah, 100%. Liana Clack, everyone ducking boots. No big name will fight him. No, I ain't got no dispute right there. Against the ropes with Dose. He said, "Where Frank at?" Frank just left. He just left. We got Mr. Wolf. He said 3-time back minimum. Yeah, you wanted to quadruple, triple that. Against the ropes with Dose again. He said they doubled it at least. Yeah. Well, they wanted to. They wanted to double it. He also said AB should have stayed at 135. And then he said they'll get 24 million off his mouth. I mean, he'll sell it. He's promotable. Yeah.
Of course. But I just don't see that happening with this at this moment.
Depends on who he's fighting too. Who's the opponent?
And then you gotta also put that on it's pay-per-view, bro. You can't just put it on Showtime and have it be a cable fight and have it be a tune-up. Right. This is pay-per-view. You expecting him to be in there with somebody who gonna really be coming to get it at that point. There's something on the line here.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So now it's you gotta really wonder what can possibly pull off on this. I personally don't know. It is up in the air for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's not looking too good. I don't see it.
Right. That's our opinion. Though. This ain't nothing fact because I'm not even hip to a BOK Prime like that. But I want everybody to get their money. End of the day. We try and get money.
Of course.
Y'all get y'all money. Everybody get their money. We all live happily ever after.
And you already know why I'm saying this and why we saying this. But if this Bama turn it around, he starts losing that weight, looking sharper or whatever, that whole attitude changes. That whole statement can change quick. But right now, it still don't look it looks a little shaky. This is a risky deal. So
Mr. Wolf just said, he said, look at it like this. If they pay two big names as a new company, it's not to get back on their fights, it's the overall promo. We sitting and talking BOK Prime now. Yeah. For sure. But like I said, I don't know. I just heard about BLK Prime the other day when he sent that link in YouTube. I didn't know what BLK Prime was.
I was like,
I had no idea. So I gotta do more research and get up on what that actually is and what they're actually about. But so they got Crawford and AB.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, they must be, if they got Crawford, I mean, that's a big name.
Yeah.
So they must be getting, they got that. They're getting this from somewhere. So you know what I mean? But I wanted you, if you know about it, because we got a question in the chat. Tank and Ryan signed a framework deal, which to me sounds like, or agreed to a framework deal, which to me sounds like when you do a rough draft for an essay in school and you don't even write out the rough draft, you just got bullet points down and it's a piece of paper that looks pretty empty, but there's just certain points everywhere, it's thoughts on the paper.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what a framework deal is?
Yes.
So they agreed to something that's not really in stone, but could be.
Similar to this.
Similar to what I got, little footnotes and stuff like that. Okay. You can talk about that real quick to clear it up for some people that may not know.
Okay, so framework deal. Okay. So framework deal is like, all right, Kenichi, it's almost like verbal. It's like you been playing football and you didn't sign the letter of intent, but you gave verbal that you're gonna probably it's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, we gonna fight. Yeah, we can start moving forward on it. All I want is this, and that. Except for it's slightly on the paper a little bit. Like, all right. So framework of it basically is, okay, so where the fight gonna be at? Are we gonna do catchweight? Yes, no, cool, boom. All right, cool. Where do you think we wanna do the fight at? New York or LA? LA? All right, cool. No, New York, Barclays, cool. All right, boom, I'm cool with that. Next, all right, so we're gonna do what side? Like the real. Okay, we're gonna do 60-40 split roughly, or we're gonna negotiate the buys or whatever. How are we thinking? Would you be cool with 55-45? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. As long as it's not 60-40, all right, yeah, I can work with that. That's all it is. It's real quick before we really start diving into the details of like, okay, we not doing 64, we're gonna do 55-45. Then once we really start negotiating, then we're gonna start breaking down the percentage of who gonna get gate, that's the real deep shit of the contract when we really gonna start negotiating. What we gonna do with the gate, what we gonna do with this, what we gonna do with that, and move forward. And now and then continue to progress.
Right. That's why I kept telling people like, yo, because everybody was so quick to post, Ryan Garcia, Tank, agreed to a deal. The fight's good.
Clickbait.
Bro, that's what we just told y'all is clickbait. Don't believe the bullshit. We just been talking about Spencer Crawford for how long? That should be enough to let y'all know. Don't believe this shit, man. They agreed to something that's not in stone. There's nothing saying that they actually gonna fight for real, for real. All right, so just take it with a grain of salt. And I mean, we was told by a reliable source that is the next fight, but still, you never know what can fall apart at any given time in this sport. So just with a grain of salt, take that and let's keep it moving. If Tank and Ryan happen, it is what it is. But I for real want to see Tank fight somebody else at 135 for real, bro.
Yeah, because I don't see it happening. I honestly don't. I've already touched on this. I said it, but I don't think Ryan really wants to do this.
He probably gonna back out.
He's gonna like he did with Pitt, like Pitbull.
Like he did with Pitbull. It's gonna be too much. Tank gonna be too much. Ooh, that left hand over the top. Ooh. Telling you.
I'm thinking about the body shots.
That too. It's so much. It's so much in Tank's arsenal. And people think he just be throwing punches. That's what killed me.
No, he gets hit too much. He's short.
Oh, and he too small, and he too short. But he be breaking jokers down. Honestly, I thought the way Barrios fights with his style and his size, his power, I thought he was gonna be he might be a little bit too much for Tank at 140 after he rehydrates and everything. Tank broke him down. And I said, okay.
And Mario gave his best, his
Right.
absolute best. Dug deep.
Right.
Got the second win. He gave it. He has nothing to be ashamed of.
He fought a hell of a fight.
Gave
Tough fight.
everything. A piece of himself he will never get back. He gave it that night.
That was I like that fight. People said Mario Barrio. That's a good fight for Tank going up to 140, fighting that big dude. Big dude 140. And the way Tank broke him down, man, come on now. Stop playing with that man's name. Stop playing with Javante Davis' name, bro. We got to get Tank in here, man.
Yeah.
We got to.
Especially me and going for the amateur work. We could sit and go through tournament after tournament after tournament, really breaking down. Like, I mean, my thing is, y'all talk so much shit on this boy, but y'all won't go on YouTube and look up the amateur fights. They're there. They're there. All the amateur fights are there. From when he was a little boy all the way up to now. All of the amateur fight, about good 70% of his amateur fights are all up there. So if you want to look. Like, really see if this kid can box or not. See, because I remember back then it was a point system. It was white knuckle. So that solves all that. That crush all that right then and there. But I mean, I'm just fanboying,
It ain't though. I mean, it's real. And I ain't gonna sit here and cap. Like for a second, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of iffy about Tank, but I went into the gym and I watched Tank. I watched his workouts. I watched him spar. Bigger dudes, that we had in studio. Nice. I'm like, damn. Tank, all right,
there with him.
He right there, and wasn't even really. He was kind of playing for real. Was playing for real. So it's like, come on, yo. Tank like that. He said Shakur greater than Tank. I mean, yeah,
that's a hell of a fight.
I mean, that's a great fight. I love to see it. I love to see it. I would love to see that fight. That's a great fight for boxing. That's a legacy fight right there. That'll live forever, for sure. If it's built right, promoted right, put together at the right time, that's a fight that'll live on.
Let me ask you something, because I saw this on another page. Oh, no, it was it? I want to make sure I get the page right before. No, it was. We can't say it. One of the big brothers, the boxing voice. They was like, I think their guest said he's only got this fan base because of Floyd. That's not true.
Ooh, what? Boy, what? Tank a legend out here.
Yeah, like
what?
He could sell out Baltimore without Floyd. Like
what? Who said
he
that?
fought? Okay, I'll give y'all this story.
I didn't even know somebody said that.
I think this is his third or fourth pro fight. Hey, he was on the card. Jared was on the card. Kevin Rivers was on the card. Mike Reed was on the card. I was the scout watching the opponent, PJ Cariguas, for he was gonna be the next opponent for Greg Newby. So I'm walking through, I'm like, what the hell is on? Because I only knew him as Tank. People got TR on their shirt. What the fuck is that? And they all walked up. It was Team Rambo, because he was thinking about having his name Rambo.
Rambo before, yeah. That's what Jeff was telling me. He was Rambo before anything.
And I'm like, then he went to the one, then he went back to Tank, because that's what he's always grew up with. Man, I'm like, hell, all these people with these camouflage TR shirts on. Them Bama's came down the highway from Baltimore, bro, all the way up to Showplace Arena for a round, for 2 rounds. For 2 rounds. Right. When he fought his amateur fights, when he would come home, people would buy tickets by the boatload to come see him fight an amateur fight. And it was so hard to get him amateur fights. Because people would back out. Coach would be like, nah, you ain't got enough experience for him, whatever. When he fought his last amateur fight before turning pro, it was like a pro was fighting. Came out the entranceway, rappers, he wore the United States flag as his outfit. And then wore the headgear, the robot and stuff. Like, they were coming out the entranceway. It was like, he's one of them people who crime stops. Like Bud and them. Like
Kill Card, the Crime Stopper. Shout out to Kill Card, the hooper from Baltimore.
Like once he fights, nothing happens. Everybody want to go.
Oh, indeed.
So he already had a fan base. He was already fighting at the convention center. Selling that, like putting him, Damon, Sugar Pool, Alexander the Great, Johnson. I mean, the list goes on. They selling Fire Marshal coming in. You heard Damon tell it. Fire Marshal coming in there. Like, yo, is that the Fire Marshal? Like, yes, man, it's standing room. Like, you thought Rosecroft was bad? They was shutting down. They gave them the biggest room. The second biggest room. It wasn't the Lamont Peterson room. It was the blue room. Upstairs, shutting the shit down. So he can sell. Them people are not, and then on top of that, because he's authentic, the hood dudes mess with him. Not just the hood dudes he came up with. I'm talking about the hood dudes who are
from LA, like in the Oakland. It don't matter.
Like,
Florida, Miami,
rappers, all that stuff. They really mess with him because he's authentic.
Yeah.
So he's one of them dudes that if he didn't make it in boxing, he probably would have been on America's Most Wanted list as one of the top dudes out there right now. He's just how people talk about Allen Iverson. They say, man, if Bubba Chuck would not have made it in basketball, he would have been out there in the rackets with the rest of them. And he's just that tough, and he would have been one of the top guys.
That's a good point. Tank relatable to a lot of people. A lot of people see themselves in Tank. So to say he got his fan base on Floyd is ridiculous.
That boosted it. He didn't get it. It boosted it.
I think what really boosted, like when his star power really rose, when he knocked out Leah Santa Cruz. That viral last knockout, because that was on The Source. That was on like hip hop mixtapes. ESPN. That viral knockout, that was on every, like, it was on like rappers was reposting it.
I don't even watch that knockout, bro.
It was vicious, yo. It was vicious. Like, I think that really took him to another level because he was on every platform, not just boxing. It was like music platforms, news stations, like everything. So
Shade Room
was posting the joint. Yeah,
they don't care nothing about boxers, but
when they post that,
they don't care nothing about fighters.
And then you see Tank with the tattoos, and you know, you walking out with Lil Baby and Dirk and stuff like that. It's like, okay, jokers rock with it. So to say Floyd, you know, put him on, I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Like Floyd boosted it, and that really helped. Don't get it wrong, that helps. But he would have been fine, no matter what. That kid, because he would have kept winning and been somewhere on the top 15 sooner or later anyway.
Yeah.
And he would have been one of the biggest draws like he is now on the East Coast, if anything, to where he's gonna sell tickets.
Right.
Like, I remember people having a conversation way back when, saying, man, we could get Damon, Tank, and Jared Hurd on a local card, man. This is them as prospects, bro.
Yeah,
this is them as it happened. No, the only thing was Damon wasn't on the card. Alonta's supposed to be on the card. It was Kevin Rivers, Tank, Mike Reed, Jared for his first main event against Greg Hackett. That was the first. That was the first one where they all were on. And Tank wasn't the next few cards. It was just Jared, Damon, Mike Reed, whatever, and Monster Mark Johns, and they was selling anywhere they went out.
Right.
And it was like, dog, we get these same dudes and put Tank on here, we might have to turn some people away.
Right.
Like, that's what was happening. And then some of these cards, you put Ty Barnett as the main event and Dusty on it. No, it was a domino effect, bro. It was pick 'em. Who gonna be on this? It was to the point where it was like, all right, we're gonna have you fight for 2-3 months straight, and we're gonna give you a month off and put you back on. We're gonna have someone else be the main event this time. That's how stacked the roster was, because all of them were turning in at the same time.
It's the DMV, baby. And I feel like it's about to recycle and happen again. With all the fighters coming up now, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you got Scooter. You have each gym. You got Francois Scarboro. Frankie Scarborough just walked out. You have a 10K Trey, who soon enough will probably be turning. My goodness, you got Chingon, Matakia, Butter, my boy, mi mano, mi primo. You got who else? So many. Got Big Rig, Ricky. 3-0. It's stacks and stacks and stacks.
Sugar
Mad
Wayne.
Max, Sugar Wayne. It's just stacks and stacks and stacks of guys and talent.
The blueprint,
Chris. It's so many guys now. that it's starting to look like the early 90s again, where at one point in time in this city, we held the most belts per capita. Out of every other state in boxing, that was how we had the most belts.
Right. It's going to happen again, bro. I'm stamping it right now. It's going to happen again.
But what I think is going to happen, forget about that. You know what I think is going to happen? We've never had, I don't think, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've ever had 2 world champions from this state at one time.
At one time?
From Maryland and DC, like the DMV at one time. That'd be the big deal. And I thought it was close to happening, but it didn't. And I think I think it's coming.
It's close. We got Francois already.
Yep.
Francois.
And because Jared just like and Francois was about to take that throne, it was like, dang, like it was like so it was so close.
Next up, Demon's right on. He right on their ass.
Yep. You still got Mikey and the Fox and Alantez. Still Sly still in the mix.
Why? Jordan.
Oh yeah, Short about to turn that corner to be in the top 15.
Jordan is right there on their ass. And there's a couple other guys that's close. Even Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
He's not that far away.
Yeah,
he's not that far away. So I mean, it's
too.
very realistic. We could have maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's gonna do so much for the area, boxing wise. What? Man, love to see it, man. Boxing's at a high, man.
I ain't gonna jinx it.
I love it.
I ain't gonna jinx it. What's the next? I ain't gonna jinx it. So what's the next question? What's the next question? I ain't gonna jinx it. We
got Against the Ropes with Dose again. He said Tank is definitely like that. I wish Floyd would take off the reins, let him in the 50-50 fight. Loma old enough now, get Haney before he hits 140. Yeah, but honestly, I don't think Floyd and them's really like that in the mix no more. I think it's pretty mainstream that he not with
I don't believe it.
He not with the promotion company.
You think so? No, give it to me straight. You think so? Cause
I was told I don't like doing this. I was told kind of shit, but I was told like a year and a half ago that he about to leave Mayweather Promotions.
I know. I was told the same thing, but my issue is I heard that a year and a half ago. I heard that the year prior to that, and it's like every fight it comes up, and then of course he can't leave because he's on the contract and doesn't want to go through that hassle.
Right. Contract up though now.
Now the contract's up.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, does he want to deal with doing promotion or whatever and paying for this, doing that? Maybe he'll get a team around him to do it for him. But at the same time,
I was told he got GTD Promotions and it's a couple of dudes he ready to sign.
Yeah. And it's not hard to sign them.
Right, because they already here. So
they already here. So,
you know what I mean?
But the biggest thing is it's not my worry. I'm speaking from a lot of other people's perspective. They feel like, man, is he really going to leave? Because every time there's always something about with them. And next thing you know, they kumbaya, make an Instagram video and he fighting with them again.
Yeah.
And then, so that's my only thing. Because I feel like it's long overdue for him to roll out, do his thing, and test the water.
And get the fights like he just said. Get the fights that he need. He need these 50-50 fights, these tough fights. Man, I'm telling you, 135, it's a lot of fights for Tank out there, man. Got to make it happen. Got to make before they hit 140, because Devin at 140 different. Even Ryan at 140 gonna be different. They fight. It's supposed to be a catch weight, like 136 or something like that. 136,
they
supposed to be fighting that, but
like that.
At a 140, like actual weight, that's different, man. So, hey, I agree with you right there. Against the Ropes with Dose. Thanks for tuning into the chat today. Thanks for tapping in. But guys, we're gonna have to get ready to wrap this one up. My cousin, he plays for Blair Valley High School, Montgomery Blair High School. He got his senior night tonight. He one of the dopest. I think he's the number 2 or number 1 quarterback in the state right now. Coming out of high school, D1 prospect. I'm talking about Penn State and came to look at him. Wake Forest, the Naval Academy, West Point, the Army. He committed to West Point. So yeah, he committed to West Point.
I thought he was gonna go Wake Forest.
Hey man, I thought he was gonna go to Penn State. I'm like, yo, Penn State. That's it. But he picked West Point, and I ain't mad at him. So it's a senior night tonight, so we about to go support him and walk him out on the field and do his thing. But shout out to my cousin Kendall Anderson, man. Do your thing, baby. We all proud of you. And I'm be there in a couple minutes, man. So thank you guys for tuning into the chat, commenting, asking great questions. Really appreciate you guys and love you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you like what you saw today. And continue to come back and rock with us. We're going to keep kicking that stuff to y'all real raw. And yeah, man. So thank you. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok, Slipping Kind of Podcast. Thank you, Kenichi Bed Studios, for building us this beautiful state-of-the-art room. Studio is beautiful in here. We always get complimented, and they compliment us, but it's really y'all. So thank you guys for everything. And I want to thank my partner, too, for always coming in here, kicking that stuff, man. Keeping it entertaining. You know, we'll be right back with you guys next week.
I was born for this. Always knew I was the one, didn't know when my time was gonna come. Born for this. Gotta be the voice for the youth, won't stop.
And I can keep the bass on, right? And I can stay on even when I'm on the game. Oh, that.